lazy Susan spin around. Topics lifting off the ground. Movies, music, games, and TV. Stay tuned and you will see.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Lazy Susan. I am Todd, here with my co-hosts Derek and Adam. You know what we're about. We be rotating around all the dopest topics.
The dopest.
Movies, music, games,
TV,
everything, basically anything that is dope in the life of living. It's kind of what we're about.
Just a sprinkle of everything.
Yeah. Back at it again here, Thursday, January 16th. Ooh. We got episode 31.
Thursday one.
Yeah, Thursday one.
Love it.
31. Yeah. It's been
killing it.
Whole month. How you guys doing?
Month worth.
Oh yeah, we did. We also did take a break last week. It was kind of like a little hectic. Jumped into it. Getting back into the swing of things, though, for sure. I feel like from this point on, we should be pretty good, smooth sailing.
Back to it.
Back at it again, yeah. We're still recovering.
White vans?
With the white vans.
Yeah, back at it again with the white vans.
Was that Vine?
Yeah.
Or was that TikTok? Yeah. How long ago was that?
That was Vine.
That was Vine? Okay.
Yeah. Damn, Daniel.
That was quite the time,
Daniel
man.
was crazy.
Damn, Daniel is crazy. I saw a clip. I don't know if it was... I don't know if it was The Bachelor. It was a show like that. There was some guy and there was like a woman that he's like, I don't know if it was The Bachelor or The Bachelorette, but the guy who said something like "Damn Daniel," and she was like, "What?" And he's like, "You don't know what that is?"
I saw that.
Like, "Damn Daniel back again with the white vans," and she was like, "Okay."
No, sorry. Yeah, it's so funny.
Yeah,
like, okay, well, never mind. That's good.
So, yeah, what you guys been up to,
dude? I saw this post earlier, and it was funny because it's something we already know.
Okay.
Kendrick beat Drake, right? And I saw this post and it made me laugh because it just further confirmed that Drake lost, because it said that he pulled his kid out of school and moved his family out of Toronto because of what that song has done to them. They're suing Universal now. It's crazy. But a song has scared him so badly that he took his family and moved out of his own city. Crazy. It might be one of the greatest, if not the greatest, diss track of all time. I'm not saying it is, but it might be, because what diss track made a man so scared that he had to move out of his own city? Crazy work. But yeah, Drake's soft as fuck.
I mean, other diss tracks have got people killed. So
yeah, that's why I said one of. You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. So aside from death, like it's one of the coolest things to happen.
Derek came out swinging
so
today.
Bad. Not really. I just saw that post and it made me so happy.
Okay.
I laughed. It was good. And I know Todd's like Drake, and it was just funny. Look at him.
What is he like, Derek?
Drake.
Oh my goodness. Never. Yeah. Adam, what you got? How you been?
Been good. I really feel odd because this whole first month of the year, man, the first week when we did our first podcast back, I was like, yeah, I'm good. And then the week going into it, I'm like, damn, maybe I'm not. And this was the first week, I want to say, I actually felt like everything's back on schedule. I'm kind of getting back into the flow and swing of things. Although I went to go edit like clips and stuff from our previous podcasts, and I couldn't help but be like, damn, because it's a lot of talking points that would have been more relevant, a couple days after they happened versus several weeks now, kind of pressing a lot of things.
So we're playing catch up. It's okay.
Literally. So that's why I kind of was like, you know what? We'll just do the podcast this week, and then I'll just go off of that, kind of just focus forward, push my focus forward, and move on from there. And I've been keeping myself occupied also with gaming and stuff. Because man, I've been getting into some games. I've been obviously Marvel Rivals, playing the crap out of that. Super successful, a lot of fun. Super blast. We'll get into more of that with season 1 because it's been a blast and amazing. But aside from that, I was playing Red Dead again because that's just one of my comfort games. It's a game I needed to get on PC because I had it on Xbox. I had like, I don't know, 200 plus hours into that game. Very
100% of that game.
I did not. That's surprisingly. I
That
kind of
is
want
surprising.
to.
You play it a lot.
It is a stretch. It is a stretch to do because it's a like grindy, you know. with
Haley
certain
was trying. She
creatures
says
and
the
skins.
pelts is hard.
Yes,
From what I heard.
yeah,
She says the pelts are
absolutely.
hard.
Especially ones where you have to like, yeah, I'm
You
not
have
gonna
to,
get
you,
too
you
much
have to
into it.
shoot with the same with the right ammo or the
And-
bow
And I'm
arrow.
also too busy screwing around in that game. Like for instance, spoiler alert for Red Dead Redemption 2. Arthur, he sees his fatal death by the means of tuberculosis.
Adam, I've never beat the game.
You knew this.
Damn it.
Anyway, there's a mission early on in the game where you have to go collect debt money from a guy, something Downs, Timothy Downs, Thomas Downs, something like that.
Yeah.
He's the one that's sick, and when you're beating the crap out of him, he coughs in your face, and that's where you get TB from. So
you can't avoid it. You have to do it.
I'm delusional, Derek. This is where data mining kind of ruins some things in gaming because, like, come on, you let me
No,
be
it
delusional and
didn't.
believe. Let me be delusional and believe that there's still more to the game that nobody's explored.
No, this is fine. They worked so hard to give you a beautiful story, and you still find a way to complain about it.
No, I'm not complaining. I'm
You
just having fun.
are.
I'm only complaining about data mining.
Okay,
Because, like,
I'll complain.
because with data mining, we know for sure there is nothing more to the story. But I just
That's a
always
beautiful
hold out
thing.
hope that there's always just a little Easter egg hidden there, hidden
A map
here or there.
hidden through the waterfall.
Yes, exactly. So
Right.
I spent that mission, which I didn't know. If you purposely avoid that mission, there's a point in the game where the game's like, nah, you got to do it. It's your main mission and only mission that's going on right now. If you want to go do
stop
anything
getting
else,
all other quests.
and you can't even go to the store and buy stuff. You have to go do that mission.
Yeah.
So I was trying everything. I tried to put a carriage on fire and run it through so that would kill him instead and not register that I did it or something. I don't know. I was doing a bunch of stuff. I sat there and just kept on threatening him with my voice just to see all the dialogue in hopes that maybe something else would pop up, you know, like the Far Cry. If you just sit here for a little bit, it totally changes the outcome, hoping for some type of Easter egg with that. Nothing was working. I remember when I first beat Red Dead and I knew that was the case. And I figured, I was like, oh, that's where he got it from. I was like, I'm a big brain this move. I'm going to run up to that quest. I'm going to be wearing a mask and go attack him and do that. When you do that, you're wearing the mask and it puts you in the cutscene and he's no longer wearing the mask. And I was like, damn it. So yeah, it was this constant struggle of in denial about Arthur getting his TB. He was trying to avoid it. See, that's why I can't 100% these games. I'm too busy screwing around.
That's fine.
I like pushing the envelope of how much I can push a game and what's acceptable or what's even just like a glitch or some shit. And like, hey, I discovered a glitch by doing this, or I guess I'm shit out of luck with this, or, you know.
Fair
but
enough.
So I've been screwing around a lot with Red Dead, having a lot of fun still because that game's amazing and it's a masterpiece. And then I also, one of my work friends was asking me about what games I'm excited for. You guys already know, next month at the end, I'm totally screwed. Monster Hunter Wilds drops, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. I'm so stoked for that game. And I was telling my buddy at work how excited I was about it. And he was like, this sounds amazing. I've never heard of this before. And he looked into it. He's like, well, can we play together? And I was like, I prefer to play Monster Hunter Worlds, but Monster Hunter Worlds isn't crossplay, but Monster Hunter Rise, which I'm not too fond of because it went back to the arcadey style and had like that whole disagreement with, but I did play it with him and I got to actually play for the most time I've ever put into the game with him. And I was like, you know what? It's pretty fun. It's just not as fun as Monster Hunter Worlds.
So what's the next one called?
Wilds. Did I mess it up?
Is that crossplay? No, you're fine.
Yes. That one, that's what I thought was awesome. That one's dropping crossplay. Speaking of which, well, you know,
I guess it doesn't matter because I'm gonna get it on PC. So
they're gonna do two? I think they're doing 2 more beta tests before the game releases. You have interest? There, you got at least jumping in one of them with me, brother. 14 different weapons. Master one of them. Learn these creatures.
How long is it on beta? Master it? That's crazy.
I'm just joking, obviously, master, but it's crazy how much that knowledge carries through. Like I was telling Sean, like jumping into Rise for the first time, even though I've sunk like 500 plus hours into World, jumping into Rise and I'm bodying these creatures early on that normally would have taken me a while just because I know my weapon, which is the hammer. Hammer Rise up. Anyway, know my weapon, and I know these creatures' movesets because a lot of these creatures retain some of the same type of attacks. So I'm like knowing what to expect and how they're going to behave, and landing these headshots is fucking.
That's how it's going to be for us in Elden Ring, that co-op.
No, that co-op exactly, because they bring a lot of those bosses back and type shit. So
old bosses and shit, yeah.
All right, everyone. Welcome back to the Elden Ring podcast.
That's all we were gonna
escape it, and here we
That's
are.
literally all we were saying. It's over. Elden Ring talk is done.
But aside from those two, still playing those two apps I was talking about before. Girls Frontline 2 and AFK Journey.
Fake, XCOM or whatever.
XCOM waifu, yeah. I should have started calling it that. XCOM waifu.
You start playing it, Todd?
I have not. He sent me the link for it.
I did send out a link.
He said, I ain't about it.
I think Todd would enjoy it.
I don't know if you will.
If I'm going to be playing a game, it's sure going to be on my computer.
Right.
Okay, that's fair.
Dude, did you...
that's mainly
Did we talk... I think we talked about it already, but that fucking Game of Thrones game that they announced at the Game Awards, that's a mobile game.
Yeah, I remember. I think
I did not know that.
Maybe we did bring it up on here. I'm not sure.
I think maybe we talked about it then. Yeah.
If not here,
I saw it and it looked like a shitty console game, and then they were like, "It's a mobile game."
It's like, wow, this is what
has potential to be better than the show, though.
I mean, anything at this point.
No, don't give him that. He's never watched. He doesn't know.
No, co-sign that, Adam. Thank you.
Don't co-sign shit he don't know.
I'm mad, Derek.
Adam does know. That's all that matters.
I'm mad too.
We're all mad.
We're all mad about that fuck ass ending. We were talking about that here. Does anyone else know about Game of Thrones and the fucking shit show of an ending it was? The shit sucked. Try arguing it in the comments. You'll lose.
You can't justify it. Like anyone that tries to justify it,
anything.
No, absolutely not. It was atrocious, and everyone was like, "It was great. It was fine." And it's like, dude, then you weren't paying attention. Like, I don't know. You want to see them butcher any more persons?
Dude, I tried. And Adam knows firsthand. We were watching it every Sunday that it came out. In the first episode, I was like, okay, it wasn't great, but it's leading up to something. What's leading up to something. Is
I remember you and Nick in the chat defending it.
Yeah. No, 100%.
The whole way through.
Because I was like,
it switched.
It wasn't even the last episode. It was like maybe halfway through the season.
It was the Night's Watch.
Yeah, I was like,
the big fight. Yeah.
Oh yeah, where it was all fucking pitch black.
Yeah,
that was the last thing. I couldn't defend it, dude. I was like, there's nothing you can defend. Adam's been right the past fucking 4 weeks or whatever, however long it was.
It sucked too because I wasn't happy
for the past 5 years.
Todd was wrong. Todd was wrong for 4.5 years.
Todd was wrong. He should have been duped with
us. Well, no,
dude.
He's mad that I didn't waste my time.
Get the fuck out of here.
I was so bummed about it.
Get the fuck out of here.
Nope. I promise you. Not even promise, because I don't even know, because you're an anomaly. But if you watch 7 seasons of Game of Thrones, you would fucking love it. 7 seasons of Game of Thrones are perfection. Super fucking good. And then just make up your own ending, and I guarantee it's better than the 8th season.
So I was telling him. It's funny that you brought this up.
You can even go to Reddit. I think someone has there's like a fan-made fucking ending that's way better than the actual ending. I think it's on Reddit. You can go read that shit and be happy.
We were in the before you jumped in the chat, and there were still people in that other Discord chat. We were talking about Game of Thrones, and literally was giving Todd the same rundown. Like, you just got to watch those ones and give your own ending.
What's so bad about that? That sounds like a great show. But for 7 seasons, you can't call it a bad show. I mean, you can almost.
I said I also won't
really.
Like, if he doesn't want to watch it, I'm not going to complain too much. No, but he can't be like, I was right from the beginning, because that's just
because you weren't. You were wrong up until the last season.
Pretty much.
Called it. Is all.
Todd, you
didn't call shit. You said and I'll never forget it. I will never fucking forget it. Matt said, I missed the train on that one. And you said, I feel the same way, or I'm in the same boat. You both said that you missed train. That's it. You didn't say it was going to be bad, so you didn't call shit. Don't try to give yourself credit you don't deserve.
I'm not gonna. No. Let me rephrase what I said, because I did agree with him that I missed the train. I got on the train. I got off after the first stop, and then I went back home. And then I was like, you know what? That train, it's still going. People are hopping on it. Let me hop on it from the beginning again.
That's fine.
Let me hop on it again. First stop, I fell asleep again, all the way to the first stop. And then I was like, all right, I'm off.
Okay, stop watching it at fucking 2 a.m.
It wasn't 2 a.m. You and I were house sitting. We watched the entire fucking season. We can't count it because that's when I watched the entire season in full.
No, because that was the first time you watched it, and then you tried again, and you started back from the first season again because you didn't remember the first season. That's why I'm saying you can't count it because you don't even fucking remember it. So you had to start over.
Ass. I remember that it was ass.
Shut up. God, you're so fucking wrong, dude. You have no idea.
Derek's holding on that trauma. Fucking. I said that in my head, and I was like, dude, I totally forgot to bring this up to you guys. Have you guys heard of how Mike Tyson got into fighting? Like his first fight that got him into fighting?
No.
My God, that is a scarring story. I was like, what the heck? He's told this twice in 2 different interviews. The reason he got into fighting, he's like, I never wanted to get into fighting. But he was like a 9-year-old kid, had a pet pigeon, and some guy, or he said,
I think I did hear this.
It's like guy, but he said like 15 or something. He's some teenager, came up to him, grabbed the bird. He's like, hey, give me my bird back. He says, shut up, little fat boy. He doesn't say boy. He says, he drops the slur, and he rips the bird's head off and throws the carcass at Mike. And that was his first fight. I was like, that is scarring. Like,
that's crazy.
I do remember that.
That's what he does before every fight. He just envisions.
Dude, I was like, every fight has a vengeance for that bird. Like, what the hell? That was
all I know about Mike Tyson is that like 14 or 15, he was knocking the fuck out of grown ass men because he was built like a brick shit house, dude.
He's like,
all for the bird.
He's like, I will defend.
He's out there sounding like Waterboy. He's like, I love my mama, and they're like, okay. He's like, let go of my bird. And the guy's like, what bird? And he just beats the shit out of him in the ring.
Don't talk about mama like that. I'm sorry. Crying behind the gloves.
Oh, please don't hurt me.
Right. Oh, man.
Tyson's
but yeah,
like,
sorry. I didn't mean
my bird.
I saw that and my eyes were like, what? Like I was so blown away by that.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah. Crazy way to like, that's emotional scarring. That's like,
that is wild.
Sure.
Being a 9-year-old and having your pets. It's insane.
Also, that person is
a demon.
Jail.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell is that?
Not a normal
Who does that as like a prank or whatever? Like, that's just wild.
Yeah.
Insane behavior.
It's like Lloyd Christmas. No,
Lloyd
don't know the
Christmas.
name. Dumb and
Yes,
Dumber.
yes,
Dumber.
I
Dumb
do
and
know
Dumber.
that.
Yeah. It took me a minute there.
I was trying to think of what he did, but I forgot he duct taped the bird's head out.
For some reason, I went.
He didn't have a head.
I immediately went to.
I took care of it.
Pretty bird. He did that after the fight. Oh, it's so messed up.
Gonna find you.
Right? Yeah, I'm sorry, Mike.
Gonna beat
I love
you out of you.
Sorry that happened to your bird. Oh, man. But yeah, sorry to derail there. When you brought up Lloyd Christmas for some reason, I was like, that's not Stanley Ipkiss's name. Like I just thought
you went to the wrong Jim Carrey.
I went to the wrong Jim Carrey movie in my head.
That's fine.
But aside from that, sorry. Where were we going before that? Derail.
Who cares?
Yeah. Well, anything new for you guys this little break or whatnot beforehand? You've been playing anything, watching anything?
I've been watching stuff more than I've been playing stuff.
Anything notable?
Yeah, so I watched all of Dorohedoro. It's an anime on Netflix. I am 4 years late on it.
No, you're fucking
nope,
you suck for that.
I know. I'm 4 years late on it, but at the same time, I'm right on time with it. because they never came out with a second season, and they just announced it to come out this year. So people that watched it in 2020, sorry that y'all had to wait fucking 5 years to see the second season.
I totally thought it
only
was a dead anime, and I was like, "Fuck!"
I only had to wait a couple months. So first season, dope. Thought it was really good.
Yeah, it was great.
I watched FLCL, otherwise known as Fooly Cooley.
Say it right.
Fooly Cooley.
Nope.
I don't know how else to say it.
Felically.
Not
That's how
gonna
they
say
do
that.
it.
That's fine.
Yeah.
It's,
You didn't watch it then, you bastard.
I watched it. I watched the 6 episodes that everyone says to watch, because otherwise it's just alternate versions, something like that.
I'm sorry.
Only 6 episodes, real quick watch. It was cool. I love the music. The music's my favorite part of that. And like 2 or 3 of them are all by the same group too. Yeah, no, very, very good. The story itself, cheesy, cute, whatever. It was funny. It's an early anime, so it's beyond super pervy, and some people act a little, little pedo-y, and for some reason that's okay in anime. But nothing wild is done, but there's just little moments where it's like, oh, we should be doing that. He's in grade school, you fucking crazy person. But yeah, no, it was good. I enjoyed it. I feel weird saying I started it. I'm only like 10 minutes into the first episode, but I am gonna start Soul Eater. I never watched Fire Force, and I never watched Soul Eater, so I know people talk about them. The same guy that they're not called authors. What are they called? The ones that do the manga,
mangakas or
something like that. Yeah, I didn't want to say it wrong, but yeah,
I'll say it wrong.
Yeah, the guy that created Soul Eater also created Fire Force, and I've been wanting to watch Fire Force, so I was like, might as well start with his earlier stuff and go with Soul Eater first.
Yeah, that was actually a spoiler alert warning. Actually,
I didn't say anything. All I said was I want to watch both those shows.
You said want to come first. All right, whatever.
I said, well, he made Soul Eater first, so I wanted to watch Soul Eater.
Oh, okay.
Get fucked.
Don't read too into it.
So you saying something?
Yeah, you baited me. You got me.
I didn't bait nothing. I said the right shit.
He's clipping me right now.
Don't nobody fucking listen to Adam.
I'm innocent over here.
Anyway, I am looking forward to watching Soul Eater. I'm only 10 minutes in the first episode, but that's my next.
They got a lot of pervy weird stuff too, but not
that's
a lot.
That's an trope though. It's every fucking animated. Aside from Attack on Titan,
right?
There's like
there's
nothing.
a handful, but I mean, it's literally.
I know, but like when it comes to super popular anime, there's some moment where there's like, whoa, that's excessive. I mean, look at Jiraiya. Even though he's the shit and goated, he's super, super pervy.
The pervy sage himself.
Pervy sage. Even Kakashi.
Yeah. At least he keeps it to his books, though, for the majority of it.
That's true. Except when it came to remembering what 106 was.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the episode where people are gonna be left out from.
Oh man, I'm sorry. Yeah. Anyway,
multiple times.
It's Todd's turn to talk. I'm done. That's all I had to say.
Todd, what have you been up to, brother?
Nothing.
That's not true. And he made some accomplishments. I'll tell you that.
Oh, I figured we were saving that for the actual.
I mean, you could just say it. We'll go back.
Dive into it, man. Talk to your shit. I can stop talking for 20 minutes, however long this is going to take.
No. I've been playing a lot of Marvel Rivals. I watched Squid Games 2.
Ooh, I watched that too. I forgot.
Same. We'll be talking about it.
Thanos. Goated.
I watched the first Iron Man movie.
Oh, you did say you were going to rewatch those.
Yeah.
How'd that go? On a rewatch almost 15 years later?
Yeah, just about. I mean, it took me like 5 days because I was watching it when I was going to bed.
Parts.
So having to like wake up and watch it again.
That's fair.
The Beast games.
Oh yeah, Anne's been loving the Beast games.
Oh, ooh, I want to try something. Sorry.
I only have I seen
See,
thumbnails.
look at that. I didn't know
Oh,
we could
that's
do that
cool.
this
Oh,
whole
it
time.
pops up on the screen. Fuck yeah.
Sorry, Anne, your full name has been put on this video.
Put the full government out there.
She's like, great. Now I'm doxxed. Thanks a lot.
That's on her putting her YouTube.
You change your YouTube name.
Yes, please.
Yeah,
you-
I
if you
see.
don't
I
care,
see
then you
little
don't care, but-
thumbnails for the. I always see so and so lost, so they took everyone else down with them. That's all I see from the Beast game stuff.
Oh yeah. That's all the stuff I see. I've been meaning to watch it, but I was like, is it all out yet or no?
No.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait
Sonic.
till it's all there.
So yeah, that's pretty good. I feel like there was something else that I recently watched, but I can't remember what it is.
Like a movie or a show?
Sorry, Anne.
Yeah.
But thank you for letting me test that. I think that's pretty cool that we can actually highlight those messages.
Letting? You just said I'm gonna test it.
What's up?
You said thank you for letting me test that, and you just said I'm gonna test this.
What?
You're
I'm
saying
wrong.
it like she gave you permission. You gave yourself permission.
I did. That's true. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Adam, relax. Chill.
You
Chill.
can always censor her name later.
Someone put
No.
a red dot.
We're live.
We're live. Fuck it, we'll do it live. We in the shit.
Yeah. I don't know. Probably watched something else that was insignificant, obviously. Other than that, the only thing that matters
Todd's been
is
watching
Marvel Rivals.
Todd's been watching the Godzilla and King Kong movies.
Oh yeah.
Have you really?
Yeah, they're great. I mean, I watched the first one a long time ago, but I watched the new one, the new Empire one, and yeah, I was telling Derek that that's my Fast and the Furious right there.
Okay.
Like, there's
Which
just
is-
something about seeing fucking
I guess.
King Kong suplex Godzilla that just scratches that serotonin itch in my brain. You know, I just I need it.
That's what you said.
Yeah, I need that.
Man.
That's cool
So,
though.
Yeah. Other than that, I've been playing a fuck ton of Marvel Rivals. It's kind of all.
What
I'm
did you
just
achieve with what
What's the
character
rank?
that wasn't believed to be done?
Chill. It ain't nothing crazy. It ain't nothing crazy. In
I feel him
season
on that, though.
0.
But I mean, it's still
Season
early on.
0.
Season 0.
Todd accomplished something that some people said wasn't possible.
Yeah, they're going back on that, which is crazy work.
Well, they have to.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's absolute crazy work now.
All
But-
because of you.
I wouldn't say that, but
I would. If you
Yeah,
didn't do it,
yes,
they wouldn't
no,
go back.
yeah,
on
that's
it.
true,
It
that's
is
true.
because of you. There you go. Thank
that's
you.
neither here nor there. What
It
is here is
It's
I
here
got
and there.
it was like a cinematic movie. I was playing. I was like, damn, I'm in platinum. I need to get to this diamond before the season ends. And then we got the notification on the screen that it ends in an hour. And I was like, the leaderboard ends in an hour, like it freezes. And I was like, oh no, we gotta grind. I think I like won my next one, lost my next one, and then I had to win like 2 straight because no. I think I won 2 straight. I think I just won straight out 2 straight because I at the half-hour mark was when I did it. Like, yeah, so I just basically two games after that, and I hit diamond, and I was like, good, I'm done. Like, hands off the keyboard, we're good. And
That was literally last week.
yeah,
With
yeah. With Rocket Raccoon, the GOAT,
This is
Rocket
before he even got his
Raccoon.
buff.
before the buff,
Yep.
pre-buff Rocket Raccoon.
this
And
is
a lot of
your-
people like to talk shit about Rocket Raccoon and how he's not a Luna. And I actually saw Tim the Tapman talking about it. Did you see that
Nuh-uh.
clip that
No,
I
didn't
sent?
see it.
Oh, you need to, because
Where'd
he
you
was
send it
going
Was it-
on Instagram.
Insta? Okay.
Yeah, he was going in on this Rocket Raccoon, and he was just like, "There's, there's just no value in his ult because it has a radius, and whenever he ults, people just back up and move out of the way." And I'm just like losing my mind because, first of all, yes, that's what's supposed to happen. You make space. Good.
Right.
Now you move forward. Like
Right.
everything that people is saying that is bad about him or that is good about other people, he does. But when I make that case, they're saying it the opposite way. So I'm so confused on how he's such a terrible character because he doesn't look at you, clap twice, and you're at full health from 0. Like, no, you don't get to fucking. I'm not here to cater to you being a bad player. That's
Right.
how I look at it. That's how I look at it.
It's a good take. Honestly, a lot of people just they see that part of Luna, and for some reason they're just like, there's no other viable option. But there's plenty of viable options. It really does have it. How people are playing, just because she has something that's easier to comprehend, I guess, it doesn't make her better.
Yes, and that's, I don't know. I just, in a game like this where they're not worried about balance and all that stuff, there is no, oh, you have to pick this one character to win all the games. And we again, I'm not pointing fingers, but I got to that rank quicker and more efficiently than somebody who was only using
Luna.
And you know what this is?
What's up?
This is your.
Don't do it. Don't do
Kingdom
it.
Hearts 2 Sephiroth.
Oh
moment.
God! Thank God. I thought that was.
Go for it. I mean,
that's what it is.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
Have
Yeah,
to.
fair. That's fair.
Where did you? What didn't you want me to say?
I thought you were going the Madden route.
No, your Madden tier is in a league of its own, my friend.
Stupid.
Here, we're already talking about games. Let's just switch it over to gaming.
Yeah, we can just hop right into it.
All right. Which one do you want to go first? You want to do a little buffer before Marvel, diving into Marvel? Well, Todd, your voice.
Quick.
Yep, go run it back.
Bro, you guys are already talking about Marvel. Keep going.
Hello?
Yeah, you're good now.
Oh, I was just going to say take a quick little buffer. I was just going to mention the quick stuff, get it out the way. We got the Nintendo Switch 2 coming out.
Okay.
How do you guys feel? Derek! That's such a hot take.
Okay.
It's not a hot take.
There's two things I wanted to bring up with it. Go ahead.
Before Adam dives in, I just want to know if it's going to run these games better than the Switch did. Because there's these games that come out that are brand new that look fucking fantastic everywhere else. But when you play it on the Switch, it looks like you're playing out on the PlayStation 2. PlayStation 1 even. It's bad.
No one knows. That's even generous.
Yeah. No one knows the hardware right now.
Right. So that's all the people care about, though. That's all the people. Right. Otherwise, it's the same thing as you did with the Wii. You just put out a new one and it's all black. And it's like, ooh. Like, do something different. What's so special about this? They haven't said what's special about it aside from what it looks like.
Minor changes that could have just been like, you know how they did like the DS and DS XL, and those little changes within the same system had multiple different things. Them adding a kickstand, them adding joystick covers, dust covers, so it doesn't get stick drift.
The little
that's
kickstand
something that should have been there immediately.
The kickstand, the thing that's annoying about that is that that's something that I guarantee they knew they needed to put in the first one, but they were like, we'll save that for Switch.
The joystick, the covers was actually massive because they had that whole lawsuit that didn't go through, unfortunately, but that was some shiesty stuff. Yeah, everybody's Joy-Cons are drifting, man.
Yeah, it's stuff that they know they should have taken care of with the first one, but they're like, oh, well, how are we going to sell the Switch 2? We're going to add the things that we know we should have put in the first one.
And the Switch 2, one of the things that bothers me with it was just that, I don't know, I was hoping for something more innovative. Nintendo's kind of been known for like kind of pushing the envelope a lot with their systems, and I was kind of hoping these rumors about the Switch 2 just being basically a little bit bigger and a little bit this and that sprinkled in was a lie, but it ended up being true. Like true. The other thing that's crazy is this is the first 2 for Nintendo. They've always had a different name for their systems. There's never been a part 2.
Barely different,
but it's Wii U, right. But yeah, they've never had a 2, even with the DS, 3DS.
That's fine, whatever.
The DS, 3DS, then
that's what makes this. That might be what makes this feel like it's not that big a deal.
Well,
is the fact that they are calling it 2. If they would have called it something different.
I think the thing that they really need to worry about is if the hardware isn't doing better than the Steam Deck, there's no point
There's no
Aside
point.
from
You
the
might as well
IP.
get a Steam Deck.
Literally, the IP is carrying Nintendo, and I think they
That's
have been. For
Well,
a while.
exactly.
I don't think that this is going to be anything groundbreaking as far unless hopefully I'm wrong. But I like Adam just said, that's exactly how I feel. If you're not going to be able to put out a equal to or better product than the Steam Deck, there's no point in releasing another handheld. Like they should have just gone back to making a console instead of that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. That's the thing, though. Like Adam said, it's just Nintendo stuff. They can give a fuck what Elden Ring looks like on your Switch, as long as you're playing the newest Mario, Zelda, Mario Party, Mario Smash Bros. As long as you're playing those games, they don't give a shit about all the other ones. They only care about their own product.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious if this will hold them over. I don't think it'll do better sales than anything, especially with the push to PC. PC's like it's insane how many people like the.
That is another saving grace though, because everyone's talking about apparently the Joy-Cons are going to have like mouse capabilities. So I'm wondering if there's going to be like PC because like you saw the trailer, right?
Yeah. I didn't think about that.
How they're like gliding
like
across.
That?
Yeah, they're saying like that's like kind of like
a mouse.
Foreshadowing like mouse and stuff like that. So I could see that being a thing, like using that as a mouse and click, you having the joystick to move on there as well. Like that could be super innovative. And again, if they're able to incorporate that with, fucking
so what are you
Elden
saying?
Ring at 1080p and 60 frames, sign me up.
Sure. You know what would be cool is if they were, you know how Xbox has the Game Pass that you can put on the PC. It would be really cool if you could do that with Nintendo. That way we could like I think it'd be easier to stream Nintendo games. Would it not? Isn't it like a pain to stream Nintendo games on a Switch?
They've been way behind when it comes to anything online for the longest time.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like it would be cool if they.
I mean, it's the same as anything else. You just have to plug the HDMI cord into it. Like when I was streaming off my Xbox, it would have been the exact same thing. I just would have been, instead of my HDMI cord going to my Xbox, would have been going to my Switch. So it's very simple.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's not too bad. But yeah, I just was hoping for something a little more innovative. I guess we don't truly know the specs. Like they could pull that and be like, this is actually a mouse and check it out. Look how I can use it right here. I don't know when they plan to do more of a showcase. The one thing that did annoy me though, my God, the fucking people in the comments, I was just rolling my eyes. This is such a Nintendo thing to release on a Thursday. This is it's so Nintendo to have no other promotions and just release your next console. It's so Nintendo to and I was like, so Nintendo, like you can just be like, oh, it's so Nintendo to drop your console and dog shit. And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like,
yeah, wait, what is that?
I promise you, go in the comments at any of the YouTube videos on Nintendo Switch, and there's some, I bet you could put like within scrolling for like a minute, you could find at least 10 people saying it's so Nintendo to do this, or it's so like Nintendo to do this, and it's like,
okay, so one of your biggest problems is
for
the
no
fucking,
reason. The glaze that's just for no reason. It's like, what? Chill the fuck out, people. Like, just wow, okay. This, I mean, I could give any like praise, fine, but the whole it's so Nintendo, I was like, get over yourself. Like,
well, it sounds like they're saying
the comment I see is Switch 2 before GTA 6. Rockstar, I swear to God.
That's the funniest thing.
That's within most.
the before GTA 6 meme that's been going around is been cracking. Yeah. It's like we really got
when that goes away.
GTA
honestly,
6.
When GTA finally drops, I think that'll be one of the saddest things, is that we're gonna be missing that meme.
Yeah,
that's
people are gonna be
funny.
So quick to type it after GTA releases. Something crazy is gonna happen before. Fuck, I can't say that anymore. Before GTA 7 will start trending or something, you know. But aside from that, those were my gripes about the Nintendo Switch. I was kind of just hoping that a lot of the rumors that came out beforehand were not true, but they seem to be true. So we'll see. I really kind of hope that they have a hat trick to pull out. And I think that.
Did you see Mario Kart? That's their hat trick. 24 players.
I would have shit my pants if it was Diddy Kong Racing.
Never.
Yeah,
only because of how successful Mario Kart is. They're never going to give a fuck about
it. Would have been more of a. I mean, obviously, we know to expect Mario Kart. That's what I'm saying.
Right, but like, I'm just saying, I don't think that they'll make a Diddy Kong Racing game. I would love if they did.
I would love if they did,
because Diddy Kong Racing was fucking awesome. It was
Hell
so
yeah.
good. But Mario Kart is what brings in the money.
Oh yeah, we know. Any of them.
Mm.
I'm literally telling you, this console wouldn't have done none of their consoles for the past since the Wii U, I don't think would have been successful. And well, maybe the Switch. Switch did have like a weird, unique feel
The
for it
Switch
when it
is a
first came
really
out.
cool.
But their
Oh,
The
IP
Switch was a
handheld.
great, yes. The
Yeah.
Switch in itself in the beginning was dope, and it was a great thought process and whatnot. But they were
sat on
only
it for too
able to
long.
deliver their
On Nintendo games.
stuff. Yes,
Yeah.
and then anything that they reached out on, like I don't care what IP you were playing that wasn't directly from like a sports game. Mortal Kombat is the big one, you know,
Right.
like literally
was
if
horrendous.
it wasn't like a small indie game that was like too like you know what I'm saying, like 2D or whatever.
Right.
It was you were chopped, like
8-bit
you were
type
playing
shit,
a
right.
8-bit. Thanks, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were getting good performance on it. So we said it already, but if you're not going to be able to release something that is going to be super innovative, like Adam said it, they're usually like pushing the envelope on holy shit, like this game can do this or whatever. Like we got
Right.
fucking a Lego Game Boy Advance coming out. Cool.
Right.
What
right.
the fuck for? Like that's a cool idea, but put those cool ideas into your next console and make it really good, you know?
Yeah.
And also be able to run minimum
Man, it
1080p.
would've
Like
been
I don't
crazy
feel
if
like that's too much to ask.
They pulled out the Ready Player One, like that'd have been insane. They're like, here's a haptic suit. What? You know, something crazy like that, or would have been insane. I know.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they haven't done anything VR related.
Honestly, especially
Like
with
they started out with Duck Hunt back in the day, you know,
and the Power Glove, and literally they were pushing the envelope any way, shape, and form for like total immersion, and they kind of seemed like slowly abandon it.
You know what I'm surprised by is why hasn't there been a new Donkey Kong game? Like a solo Donkey Kong game.
Is there a Donkey Kong Country type newer one? I don't know.
When?
I don't know.
have no idea.
But nothing close to Donkey Kong 64, which is actually a shame because
Well, that's what I'm saying is I want to play Donkey Kong 64, and the fact that you can't play it through the Switch with their Nintendo 64 shit really bothers me. Because they have Perfect Dark and Majora's Mask. What is it? 3 games that you needed that expansion pack for, and they have 2 of them except for Donkey Kong. Why is nobody granting me the ability to play my childhood game that I couldn't beat as a kid? I want to beat it as an adult. I got Banjo-Kazooie. I fucking beat that. That game, Banjo-Kazooie's fucked up. That little mission before the last one against the witch, where you have to remember everything. The little fucking
the trivia.
Dude, there's no way. Who the fuck thought to fucking write any of that down?
And it's if
you
you
have
the
N64. Just buy the game.
Here's the problem with that. The problem with that is Donkey Kong 64 is not a cheap fucking game to buy. It's one of those N64 games that are up there. And then I don't have the expansion pack. And everywhere I go to find it is 50 plus.
Ugh.
I'm not about to drop
the expansion pack is the
$100.
thing that goes in the red.
The red one,
right? Yeah,
it is the red one. Yeah, that goes in the N64, and I don't have that on my Nintendo 64. I have the original shit, so I need to buy that and buy Donkey Kong 64. So I have to spend well over $100
to play,
and I can't fucking justify that, dude.
Yeah, that's
just
fair.
give it to me.
Yeah.
Like with the Switch. When
Damn,
you have
online, it is everything's like 50 plus on eBay.
I know I've looked. I know what the fuck I'm talking about, man.
Look,
I know.
Donkey Kong 64 is actually kind of cheap from these places. Well, not that one. Well, that's the case on.
I guess I go to. There's a place called Coliseum Games in Kenosha.
Yeah.
Shout it out.
Oh yeah.
But when I haven't been there in a while, so maybe they've dropped it. But the last time I checked, that red expansion was like $55, and Donkey Kong 64 was $40.
Yeah, somebody's selling on eBay for $21.
Okay, but the expansion,
but
I don't want.
You're
I don't want to spend $50.
I would say anywhere from like $10 to $40 for Donkey Kong 64.
Yeah,
that's if you're lucky.
Right.
And then on top of the expansion pack,
and like none of them are in boxes, which is fine. I don't need it in a box, but like, how well can I trust it to work? So
hopefully, your lady's listening. Your birthday's right around the corner.
I don't want her to buy that. This is what I really want. What I really want is
like, damn it.
you got me this really cool thing, but I wanted Donkey Kong. No, what I really want is for Nintendo to just put it on the Switch. When you pay for the
yeah, no, I
so
agree.
there's Switch Online, and then there's like it's not premium. I forgot what the fuck it's called, but it's like their premium package for a yearly thing for Nintendo Online. You get access to Nintendo 64 games, the extra maps in Mario Kart, which is pretty fucking cool, and something else I can't remember. But I wanted to play the N64 games. Oh, Game Boy Advance games as well.
Okay.
But I really wanted to play the N64 games because the N64 is the game we played the most growing up, and it was really fun. So the fact that they don't have Donkey Kong 64 on there is really fucking depressing. How do you not have Donkey Kong 64 on there? It was a yellow cartridge, like it stuck out. Like there's something
absolutely
about that game. And the fact that it cost so much to still buy it in the cartridge, and the fact that you needed the red expansion, the fact that the Nintendo Switch Online gives you the ability to play Perfect Dark and Majora's Mask, but not Donkey Kong 64. What is it about this game that makes it so fucking hard to play?
Had the best opening on the N64.
The best, dude. The best. And all of the fucking Kongs having their own specific abilities.
Oh my
it
goodness.
was such a fucking
and the
good
boss
game.
Fights. Oh my
The boss fights were dope. It was so good.
So
and it's
unique.
the one game, it's the last game, not the last game, but the one that I care about the most that I was never able to beat as a kid, that I want to go back and finally beat it.
I would love to finish it as well.
Because like I said,
me and you were stuck on that forever.
Beating Banjo-Kazooie as an adult was such a satisfying feeling,
Absolutely.
dude. It was so satisfying.
That was so good.
The fact that I can't do that with Donkey Kong is so frustrating.
Yeah. Damn.
Sorry, I didn't mean to go on a tangent.
No,
it just
that's
fucking
good.
pisses
It's
me
literally-
off.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
I forgot how we got there, and I was like, "Oh yeah, we're talking about the Switch."
The Switch, yeah. I mean, I just want it to be available now. I don't want to wait till the Switch.
And then they
2
were
to
toting
have
around like, "Oh, you can play Switch games on the Switch too." I was like, "You better,
it. You fucking better,
fucking
yes.
better," especially in this day and age. I
Oh,
don't know.
if they didn't do backwards compatibility.
That was the other thing I saw in the comments.
Done.
Such a
Cooked.
Nintendo thing to be able to play both. I was like, "Get the fuck out of here!"
Fucking everybody does that,
Right? I was like, "That's literally just this day and age thing right now.
right?
Nobody's not."
Could
doing
you
that.
imagine buying a Switch 2 and them saying you can't play Breath of the Wild or Tears
Right?
of the Kingdom?
It'd be crazy.
Crazy. That would be so fucking insane, dude.
Make no sense at all. But aside from Nintendo, so we had Ubisoft shit in the bed again. That's
They dropped
crazy.
back Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, dude, I really don't see Ubisoft surviving.
Is anyone excited for this game?
No.
I
The only
like.
people
I
I've
don't
heard
hear
saying that they
shit
would even
about
play
it.
it were like, I would. This one would be one I would kind of jump into, but no, I'm not going to buy it right away. And it's like,
Right?
Well,
Yeah,
people
why
that
would
are
you?
excited about this game, they're being paid to say that.
that's how I feel.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, man, I can't believe they wasted that much time on Skull and Bones too. I think that's probably one of the biggest things that tanked them for how
flopped
long
right away.
it was
too.
postponed. How much money went into that? How many broken promises they dished out?
So I don't know much about that game or Sea of Thieves, but is Sea of Thieves just a better version of that game?
So actually, it's a lot more in depth than because you're actually
It's
being
more
able to,
in depth,
yeah,
isn't it? And it's an older game. I mean, that game exists. Like people play it all the time.
exactly. And it's something you can board your ship, you can board other people's ship. Sea of Thieves, or no, sorry, Skull and Bones, they were toting around like, yeah, you'll be able to walk on land, you'll be able to go and hijack boats and do this and that. And they gave this big promises, and then they kept on dialing everything back. So now it is you just have your boats, you command your boats, and you can take over other ships, but it's a little animation that plays. It's not like you're actually.
Oh, so it sounds a lot like Starfield. With all the fucking you expecting it to be a certain way and then just like it failing
because it's more or less they straight up lied to everybody. They're like, this is what it's going to be. They gave little clips of like third person play that never seen the light of day because they dialed it back. Oh, sorry, we're going to actually take this away. We're going to take this away. And then they had the balls to say, this is the first quadruple A game which was crazy. And they
Quadruple.
they deserve to get roasted for that forever because of how
That's a crazy
horrible,
statement.
yeah, absolutely.
What does that even mean?
They were just like, because of all the time and resources put in this game, this is a quadruple A game. And they said, get comfortable not owning your games. They got really cocky. And
I'll be right back, everybody. I
all
gotta
of it
use
is
the bathroom. I'm listening.
all of it is coming and biting them in the butt hard. And nobody wants to mess with them. They keep on just making dumb mistakes, and everything they've kind of been putting out is just mediocre. The Star Wars game, huge flop.
Embarrassing.
Super embarrassing. I remember when it released, I was like,
Embarrassing.
at least it should be fun. And like people tried playing it, and I seen the same glitch in multiple people. So it's not just a random glitch. It's a normal glitch to just fall through the floor. Because I've seen so many videos on different people playing the game where they just fall through the floor while riding. And I mean, that's just honestly a minor issue, but the mountain of bugs that game had.
Yeah.
And the horrible decisions and choices, they've just been taking L after L, mismanaging a ton of things. I do not see Ubisoft surviving unless some company is crazy enough to say, we'll buy it and we'll try to do something with it.
The only reason they would do that is to keep whatever IPs they would want out of that and do whatever they want. Again, like
that's true.
Assassin's Creed or whatever. So
that's possible.
Say like Bethesda, or I guess it would be Microsoft now, but yeah, Microsoft wanted to do that,
Yeah, true. And then all the layoffs that they had on top of it was also not a good look. And then on top of that, what was the final nail in the coffin? They already said that they're outsourcing people to like look into like what they can recover for their stockholders. Like they're just already kind of like wrapping up shop there.
Damn.
Yeah, it's not looking.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Ubisoft is Far Cry, right?
Yeah.
Damn, they do have some good titles.
They do.
They're just flops, man. Like all of the Division games, the Tom Clancy games in general, like that's a lot of
crazy how
IP.
Hard they abandoned the Tom Clancy stuff.
That was something you want to talk about, fucking broken promises. I'm still waiting for they literally said it. They teased him in Wildlands what feels like 10 years ago now. We're in 2025. Like we were supposed to get Sam Fisher back. We were supposed to get Splinter Cell. That was a thing. And it's just rough. Literally nothing. Like, yeah.
Yeah, now most of Ubisoft games are just held up by niche communities that are kind of dying out. For Honor, people who are playing that. I mean, there are dedicated fans of playing that, and they love the shit out of the game. But at the same time, it's a dying. Nobody's playing it, and there's not enough people playing it. Same thing with Rainbow Six.
Yeah,
literally, Jinxie was their saving grace, and it's already dying out. You can only hold that for so long without changing much and doing anything new that people actually want. It's weird what happens when you don't listen to your gamers and you don't keep them entertained and do things that are for them and beneficial for them. And I think we're seeing a lot of what happens when you do all those things properly with Marvel Rivals in comparison so far. We'll see how well they can hold on to that. Yeah. But the other company that shit the bed is whoever is in charge of Suicide Squad killed the Justice League.
Yeah.
Was that Rocksteady, I think. Yeah, because they did the Arkham games. Dude, okay. So really quick, I'm not going to try to go too far into this. The fact that they ended, because they're like, we're cleaning the slate, we're not going to do any more updates for just Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Okay, we all knew they were taking the L. They were trying to sell the game off and all its DLCs for like what, $5 or $1. Shit was crazy. Yeah, so they kept on putting out DLC characters that nobody asked for, nobody wanted. The Mrs. Freeze, that was crazy that they thought that would sell. I remember looking at the Steam numbers and they literally were just constantly going down after the release of that.
It makes you wonder who's in charge of this. Like, are you so disconnected with people? Like, I don't understand how you fuck up like that.
It's funny because like one of the characters everybody wanted was Deathstroke, and the fact that they're like, all right, we're wrapping up shop. By the way, here's the last DLC. It's one of the characters you guys have been asking for. And it's like, okay, so you knew what people wanted, but you weren't giving them what they wanted.
That's crazy.
Until it was too late. And then
That's the game where they gave you literally everything for free, right? Like even like unfinished stuff, right?
no. That was a different game
What game was that?
that I don't remember. No, that was X Defiant.
X Defiant.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what that was.
Isn't that Ubisoft as well?
I think so, actually. The Call of Duty killer.
The Call of Duty
The
killer.
Call of Duty killer is such a wild.
It
fucking
is
killer.
Ubisoft.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yep.
That one is actually a beautiful story. Honestly, for the devs that were working on it, that's a big FU to Ubisoft. They were just like,
I'm happy they did that.
they're like, hey, you're fired. Okay, well, hey, guess what? We just put in an update that gave the players everything, even the unreleased things we were still working on.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a cool way to go out.
That's hilarious that's Ubisoft. They're done. They're done.
They're done. They're super cooked. Yeah.
Signed,
Overcooked.
sealed, and delivered.
But yeah, Suicide Squad Killer Justice League. The fact that they were like, okay, they are truly disconnected, but it's like they refused to give the fans what they wanted, and they were being petty and not giving it the fans what they wanted. They were just like, nope, you'll want this, you'll want this, you'll want this character, you'll want this in the game. I feel like that's what was going on, because then on top of that, it just shows how wildly disconnected they are with how they wrapped up the story. Because the story, all spoiler alert, if you even really care,
Nobody cares.
majority, if not all, the Justice League characters die in the game, and there was really big moment when Batman died, and it's Batman. He's supposed to be Batman from Arkham, the whole Arkham trilogy.
Why would you tell me that?
So it was Kevin Conroy's one of his last time voicing Batman, so it was like actually really emotional and disrespectful to kill him off like that. A lot of people were upset. They're like, "What's going on?" And the way Suicide Squad Killer Justice League ends everything, they're like, actually, the whole Justice League were clones all along, and Batman and Superman are still alive, and they're fighting back now. I don't know where they were hidden or what was going on. All I know is that was the lamest way you could have written that. When you have access to all these different powers, honestly, just say another Flash from another alternate reality came in, reverse time, fixed everything. Would have made more sense instead of just saying clones and being such a stupid story. I can't believe they did all that. Story. And it really sucks that was one of Kevin Conroy's last voices for the game.
It's very unfortunate.
Sorry. I didn't want to go too much into it. I just that's just
that's cool.
Painfully
Derek's over it.
Horrible.
No, they disrespected him, man.
The other thing we'll have to look into is Dawn. Wait, I'm gonna butcher this unless I look it up. The Blood of the Dawn Walker. They dropped the trailer for this game. I was like, the trailer looked actually really cool. I didn't know the whole story behind this, but apparently the story behind it is, did you guys watch that trailer I sent you?
Negative.
The Blood of the Dawn Walker. It's a medieval vampire looking game. It looks really cool.
I saw you guys talking about vampires. I didn't know.
It's just cinematic trailer. They do show some in-engine footage of what the game like looks sort of like while playing.
Okay, does it look good?
Yeah, it looks really good. It's really cool and whatnot. It looks cool take on vampires. I'm like, this looks pretty brutal and awesome.
But are vampires cool?
Sometimes, as long as they're glittering in the sunlight. Yeah.
Okay, they glitter. That's fine. No, we're good. No,
these ones don't. Anyway, the reason I wanted to bring it up is because apparently this game is being made by a bunch of the devs who made The Witcher 3 and Cyberpunk 2077. Apparently, a lot of them split from CD Projekt Red. I didn't know that.
Rightfully so.
So a lot of people are saying this will basically go up against the new Witcher game.
Are you telling me that they split from CD Projekt Red?
But what if they're
bad? The game got good.
I guess that's why people are like waiting for it. They're like, all right, so is this going to be?
Because like if they're OG, then
they could just suck cooked. Though.
That's 100% true. The one thing I did like about the trailer, because you know how many times we get game trailers, they're just like, this is what we got, and it's just cinematic with nothing else. And you're like, okay, cool. What do we have to go off of?
I'm willing to bet that these were the guys that sucked.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm betting. I'm betting that they are trash, and they're like, we're gonna show you what we can do, and it's gonna be ass. And Witcher is gonna be great.
We'll find out. That's why I'm kind of excited to see.
I just told you what's gonna happen.
Okay, all right. What's her name from fucking Waterboy?
I said what it's gonna be.
It's what it's gonna be. Yeah.
Guess it ain't no guess.
Anyway,
Vicky Valancourt.
He'd be like, yeah, thank you, Derek. His autism. I'm just joking.
That's not even that. Everybody, a lot of people know Waterboy.
Todd. I'm just joking. Anyway,
You knew I was right, so you knew the name.
I knew the name. Okay. Anyway,
Yeah.
where was I going with this?
Doesn't matter. I had to defend myself.
It was good. It was good, Derek.
You
I
attacked
appreciate
me.
it. Oh, whoa, pause. Anyway,
Pause for you attacked me?
I didn't attack you.
Okay.
Pause is crazy, though.
That pause is great. Yeah, there was no need for pause.
It wasn't. I didn't mean it in that way. Anyway, you guys reading too much into it.
You shouldn't have said pause.
But anyway, it would be interesting to see where these two games lay as far as which one will be better, which one will be worse.
Which is going to be better?
Witcher.
Yep.
All right, I'll bat for the other team just to make things interesting.
That's dumb on your part.
It's going to be the Blood of the Dawn Walker, baby.
Vampires suck. What's that other vampire game that just came out that flopped hard as fuck?
That was, what was that called?
Yeah, that's what that's gonna be.
Red Dawn.
Red Dawn.
Oh,
That's
man,
what that game is.
rough.
That's what that game is.
ZeniMax
It's gonna be the
Studios.
worst time.
Wait, was it Red Dawn?
Who fucking
Was it
cares?
Red
That
Dawn?
game sucks.
No, I think Red Dawn is that movie.
Oops, I
Red
think
Dawn
Todd's
is
right.
a movie. You know, I've never seen that. People love it. OG, not talking about
Redfall.
the Chris Hemsworth
Redfall.
one. Redfall.
I lost my train of thought where I was going with. Aside from that, except for like it does look cool. Oh, the thing I liked about it in the trailer, they at least said when their gameplay when their gameplay will be released. They said gameplay is summer 2025. It's a small thing. I just
That's
like
so
that they
far
acknowledge
away.
that they don't have any like gameplay and that they have a time to tell you when their gameplay will be coming
That
out.
game's gonna suck for sure.
Instead of games dropping like Elder Scrolls 6 dropping a teaser trailer and now we haven't heard years,
Yeah.
I would have been a little bit better if they were like, 2026, expect this.
No, what do we say? What do we say? 31 or 32? What do we say?
Okay, I'm not trying to defend them at all.
No. I'm just saying. But what was the guess again for when it comes out? I'm just reiterating.
Yeah, I think we said
30. It was a 30, 31, or 32.
I think it was like 32 or something like that. I think it was further
yeah.
into 30. Yeah, which is true. It's still going to be coming around that time. No way it comes out anytime soon.
2030s is crazy.
They sunk so many of their nuggets into Starfield for way too long.
Yeah,
but when you think about it, 2025 is basically already over.
Crazy.
That's absolutely false.
We just getting started, baby. All right. Aside from that, Monster Hunter Wilds, end of February, super dope. Derek, they have I think 2 more beta tests. You got to jump in there at least one time with me. I really want to try it out with you. You got nothing else going on as far as gaming. You denounced every other game. You're like, I just need something. And I was like, dude, I
have nothing else.
Yeah, that's what you told me and Todd. You're like, I'm not willing to play Marvel Rivals. I have nothing else. I'm jonesing. And I said, look, brother.
No, you're wrong on all that except for
they threw the oats to me, brother.
I don't play Marvel Rivals.
Well, play this beta with me for Monster Hunter Rise. I think you'll love this Monster Hunter game. I think will
when does it come out?
February 28th.
That's so far away.
I think the ride that, and I'm not saying this in a bad way.
Basically tomorrow.
I'm not saying this in a bad way. But Marvel Rivals consistent player base right now. I think the only time it will get interrupted into like a notable cause will be when Monster Hunter Rise. And it's not like it's because it's poaching. I just think a lot of people will get like, we'll see videos and clips from this. I'm not even joking. They'll see videos and clips of Monster Hunter Wilds and be like, what game is this? I need to get into this. And its beta had almost 500,000 players, or did have 500,000 players. That's insane. I'm not saying it in a bad way. So Marvel Rivals is still going to be majorly successful. I'm not saying that it's going to be people who are out writing off Marvel Rivals. I just think there's a lot of Marvel Rival players out there that will be like, I'm excited to also play Monster Hunter Wilds. And I really think that this will be Monster Hunter's biggest breakthrough game. I understand that. I'm just saying as far as gamers go, I feel like there's enough gamers out there within the communities.
What makes you think they're going to stop wanting to play Marvel Rivals at that?
I'm not saying they will. I'm just saying I could see there being a noticeable little bit like a dip in players just because we got people who are like, oh, for at least this week, I'll be playing Monster Hunter Wilds or something,
Okay. That works, I guess.
I'm willing to bet that we'll see that.
Huffing the copium, Adam.
I'm telling you right now, if you feel like I'm dick riding it too hard, but I promise you, this game is gonna be legendary. It's gonna be the Elden Ring, literally. People are gonna be like, oh, I've heard of these games, these Dark Soul games before.
Stop.
I'm not
Stop.
even joking.
Stop.
I'm not even joking. This
crazy.
game will literally be up there.
That's crazy.
Well,
that's literally crazy.
I'm
Don't get your algorithm twisted with what's going on in the real world. Because I know your algorithm's about to be all Monster Hunter World, and you're gonna be like, see how many people play this, and none of us are gonna see any of those videos.
Okay. All right, that's fine. But I promise you, this one's gonna be insane. And I would love for you to join me on the beta when these betas drop. Both of you guys, but I know Todd probably grinding comp, so
I'm trying to get to Celestial.
Doing crazy things with Rocket
I think Todd
Raccoon.
could get to Celestial. Todd,
you're chill.
Oh, he will.
God forbid I praise my boy. All right.
All right.
Todd is on
his
real route to #1 Rocket player. Like
he will.
Literally. But
I'm just trying to make a difference for the team. Is all.
All right, but yeah, really quick, just to end the Monster Hunter. I'm not even joking. Dead ass serious. It is going to be legendary.
Dead ass.
But we'll move on. I know you guys would love to see me lose, but I'm not losing this one. I promise you that.
Okay.
I promise you that.
We don't love to see you lose, Adam. I think you just set yourself up for the opposite of success.
Okay.
You set yourself up to be unsuccessful because you put things on the Mount Everest tippy top pedestal, and then they come in.
You hate it so much, but I have to always bring up Anthem. I will forever bring up Anthem.
Anthem is absolute. I can actually counter argue you Anthem easily. Anthem, I was wrong. I take that L wholeheartedly.
Yeah,
I had nothing to go.
You have no choice.
I literally had nothing to go off of on
Can
Anthem.
you take the L for Destiny the beta with me?
Yeah, sure. I was wrong with Destiny. You've heard this from me before. I put my coins into the
and for the first month.
Sorry, Destiny 2. I'll give you Destiny 1
for the first month. You were very wrong. More than a month was very wrong about Cyberpunk.
Actually, Cyberpunk, call me delusional. I still had a blast with that one. I still loved it.
You forced yourself to have a blast
because he was able to look past having to fall through the map and the unplayable of the games. Oh, you know, when I can actually load in and it's playable for 5 seconds, I really had a good time for that.
Couldn't look backwards ringing a car because as soon as you switch to like forward, another car pops up magically in front of you.
Yes. All right. So hear me out.
Yes.
I'm trying to get this through so I don't lose track of everything we're just talking about. Because here's my arguments, and not even arguments. There are some I am willing to concede on some of these. All right.
All of them.
Let's start off with Cyberpunk, since it was the last thing we talked about. Cyberpunk, I was super stoked for, super loving.
Super wrong at first.
I came off of playing Ark, and I want to bring up Ark on a system that couldn't technically handle the game. I was playing super laggy. I got used to it, and I was still having a blast. Then I jumped into Cyberpunk, and I should have been criticizing it for all the wrongs it was doing, but I was still coming off of Ark, which I was still having that really fucked up experience off of playing. And I was like, I'm still playing through it. I was pushing through it. I still had more fun than I had issues and being upset about it, because I fell in love with the story. I fell in love with what the abilities and stuff I could do. Luckily, I was a net runner. I think if I was anything else, I wouldn't have been having as much fun, because that's more of a tactical, slower pace. You're picking up cameras, you're working your angles. I'm not worrying about dashing through using the Sandevistan and all that. That would have probably wrecked crashed my shit several times. So yeah, I was wrong in pushing it as much as I did. I'll take the L on Cyberpunk. However, I personally had more fun than any bad on that. What was the other one before that you guys said?
Destiny.
Destiny 1, I had a blast with. Destiny 1, I still think was amazing.
We're
I
not
really wish
talking about
more people
Destiny
would've got
1.
I was specifically. I only said Destiny, but he knows I was talking about Destiny.
Destiny
'cause
2.
That's where,
Absolutely, he knows
yeah.
that's what you're talking about.
I had a lot of fun with Destiny 1. I didn't like that they pushed to Destiny 2. And then as everything unfolded with the devs and everything, that's a whole hot mess. People playing Destiny are stuck in a loop. It sucks. I wish the game was everything it was promised to be. It clearly kept on siphoning when it shouldn't have. I should have gotten out of there earlier. I really wish it was as fun as Destiny 1 was and built on that. I don't have a problem conceding on that one, honestly. What was before that? See, I knew I had to tackle this. I'm already forgetting shit. Anthem. Anthem is such a dog shit excuse. I had the copium off of that one because it looked amazing. And so did not only me, but like everybody out there. They're like, dude, what was promised looks amazing. This is a beautiful thing. The difference is I've played Monster Hunter titles. I know how the game is laid out. I know more or less what to expect. I have a very fleshed out beta I just got done playing that is absolutely everything I want and more. And all they've been doing is building on more and more of everything that has been shown and been able to be played already. I had none of that going into Anthem. Anthem was a trap that fucking got everybody. I'm not alone on Anthem.
Out of curiosity, Adam.
Yep.
Since you've played both.
Of what?
What has had a better beta release in your mind?
Okay.
Monster Hunter or Path of Exile?
Which was the better beta?
Yeah. Like as in Path of Exile in beta right now, like it's not in full release.
I don't. So that is it feels more like a full release than anything because you have access to everything. It pretty much is like an early access. There are things that you can't do, like there's certain weapons that haven't been put into the game yet that they have.
I thought you couldn't play all the characters yet. Isn't there like 12 characters and you can only have access to a few?
You can't customize them. You can play them all.
Oh.
And the skill tree pretty much works. It's literally early access. And I don't know if it is being called a beta, but if it is, it should just be called early access.
Okay, it might be early access, honestly.
But honestly, I'm telling you, that's not.
But you played Path of Exile. That's what I'm saying. Like, would you say that is, like the standard in what you're expecting for this? Like with like a pre-release, like you got a little taste of it, and it's like, okay, this is gonna be this, like what all that they promised.
And more. Honestly, more. I put my coins more into. I love what Path of Exile is doing. They're doing a lot of great work. They're listening to the community.
It says early access.
Okay, yeah. Like I said, it feels a lot like early access. It doesn't really feel like a beta. Love what they're doing. They're doing a phenomenal job. I have more faith and hope. I don't have hope. I have more faith in Capcom's deliverance of Monster Hunter. Literally, the team they have working on it has been the same dudes for the longest time. And you know how like Smash Bros, like they have the main dude, I forget his name, but he's always he's the head developer. He's always overseeing everything with Smash Bros. As long as he's there, you have faith that he can turn out a good Smash Bros game because he has a good direction and everything. Monster Hunter literally has there's these three guys that are always doing the interviews, and like the main dude, he's also a Hammer main, so that's super dope. But he's always into it, and he's always talking about how much fun he has playing these games. Like he's always making remarks like, "Yeah, I had to do this and that," and we kind of got backtracked because I was having too much fun playing the game or whatnot. And when they were doing the little beta tests live for the first time, or not beta test, but the little screening on one of the gaming preview or gaming events. He was getting all into it. The way he was doing the whole, they did a whole monster hunt, and he was diverting because he knew he had the time to go over here and check this out and do this. Then he'd go back in with the hammer and start beating the shit out of it. It was great. The game, literally off of what I've played at the beta, I just know that it's going to be phenomenal and it's going to be everything. I have literally feels of mountains of evidence against any accusations versus Anthem. Because once again, Anthem, I was super hyped, but I wasn't the only person super hyped and trapped and tricked into that one.
Okay,
I
you're
still
wrong.
I say trapped and tricked because literally the first several missions of the game were like, oh, this is so cool. And then they totally abandoned everything. I remember the voice acting and the animations totally got banished or abandoned on that. But Monster Hunter, literally years of commitment, same team, same games. If you've played, like, same more or less the way they go about the games, they'll introduce new modes and stuff like that. But this game's gonna be huge.
Just giving you shit, man. I'm gonna play it with you.
Top 3 game of this year.
Well, that's a bold statement. When does the next beta come out?
The beginning of February. I think it's the week after your birthday. No, it's the week of your birthday.
Cool. Yeah, I'll play it.
Sweet. I'm excited.
Me too.
Literally, because like 14 weapons, each weapon has it. I'm sorry, it's just crazy. You have like hundreds of big monsters you hunt. Every monster you hunt, after you defeat them, have a unique armor set, unique weapons to upgrade on your own weapon. Your weapon has a tree, a skill tree of just building different parts, and they could be, I'm building this hammer, but I could also build another hammer based off of these monster parts that do explosive damage, or this one that does water damage or ice damage or fire damage based off of this creature that I have to hunt, and this armor set that I can build if I hunt this creature enough and get all the pieces I need from this creature. Very grindy, very, very rewarding. Game's going to be legendary. It's going to be the biggest Monster Hunter game easily.
I'm excited to play it, get really into it, and then be abandoned 3 weeks after I start playing it.
I have 500 plus hours into the Monster Hunter world. It's not happening.
Yeah, it's a new game. You'll find a reason to hate it. Marvel Rivals 2 will come out, and you'll be like, "Oh, Squirrel Girl," and I won't ever see you again.
Magic's my main, dude. All right. Aside from that, though, because I can go on about Monster Hunter.
Squirrel Girl.
Bro, what are you doing?
Oh man.
Why?
Yeah, I'm excited, guys. We'll report back once that comes out. I want to hear what Derek has to think of, like what he thinks about it. And
Yeah. I'll kill a dragon. I'll use its tail as a weapon. I'm stoked.
Pretty much. That's what that shit is. It's so cool. One of my favorite things is hunting a new monster and running back to the blacksmith to be like, all right, what can we make? What does it look like? Am I looking sick? Is it fucking dope? Does it give me all the stats I need? Like,
hell yeah.
All right, now we can talk about the real game, Todd. There we go.
Oh my God, we're not done talking about this yet.
Well, technically, I think it's the last on the docket. All right. Yeah.
I'm checked out.
For games.
Y'all have a good conversation.
All right, Derek.
He muted his mic. He's eating.
He's
All right.
eating.
All right, and now we have to give flowers to the game that really, truly deserves it, because what they are doing right now and currently is absolutely impressive and amazing, and it's absolutely so much fun. I have a game I totally denounced based off of I totally came into this game slandering it. I was like, I don't like hero shooters. There's no way I'm gonna like a hero shooter after playing Overwatch. I'm like, this isn't my bag. And then jumped into Marvel Rivals, and I'm like, I was wrong. You good, Todd?
Yeah, I didn't realize I was muted. My bad.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah, no, it's phenomenal. It's good. I was trying to tell Derek he needs to play it, but he's like, and I'm like, it's not Overwatch.
It's not. It's yeah. It has a formula that's similar, but obviously it's many ways different.
Yeah, I mean,
having a similar formula just makes it Overwatch. Andre said it himself. Andre said, if you don't like Overwatch, you're not going to like Marvel Rivals. And that's all I needed to hear.
That's
Andre's
not true.
wrong.
Literally, I'm the
like
perfect
Overwatch.
example of that.
I'm the perfect example of not that.
Okay.
Exactly. So you just need to find your character like Adam did. He
Yeah,
didn't
so
enjoy
you
it until he
use that
found his
same
character.
fuck ass answer for Overwatch.
What?
No, because Overwatch isn't the game that Marvel Rivals is. What are you talking about, Derek?
All you need to do is find.
Do
your
you
character in Overwatch.
enjoy superheroes? You like Spider-Man, right?
I do. He's the best.
Yeah.
And his
How do you
character
feel
sucks.
about Winston?
I don't care.
Exactly. How do you feel about Tracer, Derek? Don't really care?
I played Spider-Man.
How do you feel about Magneto, though, Derek?
I played Magneto. Played
How do you
both of
feel
them.
about him?
He's
Fuck
awesome.
with him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So that's the go-to characters I played in this game, and I had a horrible time.
That's because you don't understand the premise of the characters. You're
Yeah,
like,
one's a
"Ooh,
tank and one's an assassin.
No.
You hit, you run away, you hit, and you run away.
No. you go in there and you're like, ooh, I like Magneto. I'm going to pick him and just walk forward into people. And then you die. You're like, I don't know what to do. And I'm like, well, did you use any of his abilities? Did you read his abilities? And you're like, no. And I'm like, okay, well, yeah, you're going to have a hard time if you don't.
We never had that conversation.
We never had that conversation about you not reading any abilities?
Specifically Magneto. You're faking a conversation.
Okay, oh, you motherfucker.
You're faking a conversation that never fucking happened.
Okay. He's pushing an agenda.
Derek, I honestly think Derek would actually really like the game. He just has to get that flow.
Just gotta find my character.
Find that character and know what you're doing.
Yeah, it was the same thing.
I think you have a pretty poor premise on what you think needs to be done in the game.
It was the same excuse for fucking Apex Predators and fucking
Apex what?
Apex, whatever. Just Apex Legends. Legends, is that the right one? Who the fuck cares?
Apex Predator.
That fucking other bum ass fucking game. And Overwatch is just find the right fucking character. And it was all terrible.
Honestly, what you call it? I will take Todd's words are like the little Bible I have as far as what I need to have done in these games. And I wouldn't have had this if I didn't try out Overwatch with Todd. So I do thank him for that. Overwatch has a niche and whatnot. It just wasn't for me. I kind of denounced the 5v5 or 6v6 hero shooters. And I was like, why is everybody doing this? That's literally when I said what I said when Marvel Rivals was news. I was like, why has everybody got to do this type of thing? Just do something cooler. I retract that. I'm mad I said that because this game is a lot of fun. Todd's little Bible was just, you got to have your key things you need to worry about. And it was like, make sure you know the agenda, what you need to do, if you're pushing the payload or controlling a point, then he's like, teamwork is number one thing. Then you have survivability, which is next. By any means necessary, you try to survive. Don't try to like cowboy it and get killed because it's detrimental. And I think that's more or less it. But yeah, and I was like,
sounds like you like
things.
Overwatch.
I tried Overwatch. I didn't like Overwatch.
Yeah.
I think the first person was.
I feel like if Overwatch had Marvel superhero names, you'd be all about it.
And that's the other thing I love to denounce because guess who's my favorite character? The character I never even heard of. My favorite character to use is someone I never even knew existed in the Marvel universe. That's Magic.
Yeah, because you kept playing and you found something you liked. It would be the same thing with Overwatch.
Okay, well, you can't just say I like it because of Marvel characters because I'm playing a character.
I can say whatever the fuck I want, and I'm saying
it. Anyway, and Brewski's coming out hard right now.
This is Diet Coke.
Diet Coke coming out hard right now. Anyway.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, you can't. Those aren't good enough excuses. I think I'm a great example of why.
You're a horrible example, but that's okay.
Clearly not.
Clearly so. I'm on the opposite side. You're not proving anything.
You just pick an opposition to pick opposition. Anyway.
It's a terrible game.
Super fun. Totally super successful for them. Marvel Rivals being able to push past their limits. They went plus ultra on their release day, at least for Steam numbers. He rolled his eyes because he was like, damn, that was hard. They push past their limits. It's very rare that we see this in the game. Like I said to you guys before, and I didn't say it on here, but like you only see these things when they have like special events drop, that are really warranted and people really want. Like sometimes with Fortnite, if they have a really dope collab, people really log in and it can pass the peak player count. Usually games just hit their peak player count a week or so in, and then it dives down. They'll see another uprise when they do release DLCs, but it never normally goes past their initial release. And this was just with the season 1 release of this game. Pushed past the limit. It pushed past what they peaked at. And that was their Steam numbers was like just under or just about 500,000. And season 1 release upwards of 600,000. That was crazy. Super successful. It's amazing what they've been able to do. The characters they've implemented into the game, very good. Miss Invisible and Mr. Fantastic, great additions to the whole team up. I was kind of worried how the balancing issues would be, and honestly, I've seen a lot of people dog on Mr. Fantastic, but at the same time, a good Mr. Fantastic is the
He's so
scariest
fun.
I thought people
motherfucker on the
liked him.
battlefield.
I thought people liked him.
A lot of people have been dogging him. They're like, oh, he's got,
that sucks.
you know, there are people that don't play him right.
Mm.
And I mean, I'm not one of those people that play him right. I panic and I fucking hit all my abilities all right away. But a good Mr. Fantastic has like insane survivability. And it almost feels like he's always got his fucking reflect on off of cooldown. Always has it when he needs it. He's a scary dude. I hate going against him. But
When do they release the Human Torch and the Thing?
see, that's the thing. I think what did they say? Is it a month or so, or is it 3 months?
I think it's
3 months. That'd be crazy.
no.
I think the season's 3 months, right?
Yeah, so it's like a month and a half because they're releasing 8 characters a year.
Oh,
Well, that's cool.
I think because it's like 2 characters, 4 characters every season. Yeah, so 8 characters.
Do you know what other characters are coming up?
We don't know the order in which they're coming out, but like data mining, they've found files for people in the game. So
Yeah.
We know next we're getting the Thing and the Human Torch, obviously.
Right.
But after this season, we don't know what.
Which
they're
is
gonna do next.
crazy. Unless the season ends with breaking out Blade.
Then presumably, yeah, Blade would be in the next one.
Because the season's vampires, and I was like, wait, why isn't Blade like the number one person to be unlocked here?
Right.
And I don't normally read. I hate when they don't spoon feed me story. They put it behind a bunch of reading. I'm always like, God damn it, I gotta read. Anyway, there was one of the more recent missions you did. You unlocked a page of artwork page, and on the artwork page was Blade, and I was like, yo, he's actually in this. And then I was like, all right, I'll fucking read it. So then I had to read several paragraphs.
Fucking read it.
And you basically find out that Blade has been locked in Dracula's dungeon, basically. So he's locked up right now. Yeah.
For how long? Does it say?
He just said he's just in the basement, locked up in chains. Okay. He was working with the Human Torch and Spider-Man against Dracula.
Yeah, Mr. Fantastic is super fun though. I enjoy the fuck out of him. I think I might enjoy him more than Invisible Woman.
I do as well.
I don't know. I was watching a video. I don't know if you guys know who Flats is, but he's a big Overwatch guy. And now, like everyone else, he's playing Marvel Rivals. But he was talking about the sustainability of them, like dropping that many characters a year. And I feel the same way. There's already a lot of characters on the roster. And with their leaks and how many people they have coming out, that's like another 15 characters or something like that, like 12 characters, which I guess that makes sense if they're doing 8 a year. But what's the end game here? Are they going to have a DBZ roster of people on here? Like, are we going to like peak over 100 people and just be like scrolling through, like, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
So that kind of makes me nervous because it feels like it's too much, which is weird to say.
Right.
Like it's too much content. Like maybe stretch it out a little bit more because I don't think that the game is lacking content right now. I think everyone is having a fun enough time. I shouldn't say fun enough time. I think people are dedicated enough to the grind to where they don't need a new character that often kind of thing. But at the same time, it definitely needed to be better than what Overwatch was because Overwatch was 1 character a year. So if you are a specific main, a tank main, a support main, or DPS, you're getting 1 new character, if you're lucky, in a cycle of every 3 years.
Okay.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, like if in this they're catering to everyone. This season you're getting 2 DPS, 1 tank, and 1 support. So everyone gets to eat kind of thing. So I think that that's a really good way to go about it to where everyone, you're not just like, oh, well, I guess I have to not enjoy this game, this like whole year's worth of content because I don't play tank, so I don't get to play Mauga, you know?
Right.
That's a bad example because I don't even know who the last person that was.
No, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So I think that that's good, but it's also scary with sustainability and keeping the game interesting. Like, I don't know. I feel like you throw that many characters into it, and it's gonna dilute the ranked process, which is
I
what
can see
everyone
that.
is having so much fun with right now.
Right.
Right.
But I
can
can see
see
it
that.
also being like just crazy. Like the team ups are going to be insane. There's going to be so
Yeah.
many different options that a year or two out from here. It's gonna be
Also, it's gonna be hard to create abilities that are like fresh and exciting
refreshing.
all the
Yeah, yeah.
time. You know, like
True.
every single time. How are you gonna be able to have like 100 characters and none of these abilities are like the other? Brandon made a good point. He's like, luckily they have the IP already, so
I got
like
a kid waking up. I'll be right back. I'm so sorry.
you're
No
good.
worries.
So you don't have to worry about like fabricating something out of nowhere. You can literally just look at their list of things. But that being said, some of those list of things are similar to other
Very
lists
similar.
of things, you know, like Jean Grey and Professor X.
Or
You know,
the Thing and the Hulk, right?
exactly. So
So
I don't know. It's gonna
I
be
think
gonna be
they'll run-
interesting. Go
I
ahead.
think what they'll end up running into is like, okay, well, Rocket heals like this, but so does this new character. But Rocket does this better versus he does this better. It'll be like the same, similar kind of feel, but they'll be
It's
doing
like,
one thing
yeah.
better than the other.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm curious to see if they're going to bring in someone that I don't know. And I mean, I guess you could say Loki, but I don't know anybody else that has single target heals like Luna. So I'm wondering if they're going to bring in somebody that is going to. That's really what I want. I want them to shift it away from everyone thinking that Luna is the end all be all to the game. She's not.
and honestly,
She's
I feel
not.
like it's just because most people are being told that they see the number and then they just ride with it. Nobody else is doing that. It's like they are just in different ways. Well, we've seen plenty of matches where Rocket's out healing Luna, or other Mantis is out healing Luna. You could just say it's the players, but at the same time, I really think people are just downplaying the abilities of all these other characters and how to like actual people can use them. They just see the one thing and they're like, that's it. We're running with it. Nobody else should be using anything else. It does get toxic, but any game that gets competitive is
any game that has a large community is going to be toxic. you can't get away from that.
Yeah, this pretty much those Steam numbers were like the toxic doors are open.
Yeah.
So. And I've already had my fair share of like gunning at me.
Oh yeah, I don't think you're getting into a game in this day and age without any sort of finger in ranked. When we were playing competitive last night, Brandon and I, holy night and day difference. It was crazy how like we were like at their spawn door just beating the shit out of them. They couldn't even get out of their spawn, and we were not having instant. It was crazy. I'm not going to get into that, but I like the contrast of playing a quick play game versus a ranked game. The ranked games actually feel hard and sweaty and stuff like that. So yes, you're not going to get into a ranked game in this day and age without there being finger pointing at some point. And if you do, buy a fucking lottery ticket. Yes, buy a fucking lottery ticket. If you can get through a fucking game that is just a chill match and everyone's cool, no one's like, oh, GG's, my fucking tank's throwing, report our fucking rocket. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I lost an overtime match and the fucking dude on the opposite team, GG's, too easy fucking losers. And I was like, it was overtime, you bastard. People are so toxic just to be toxic. That's
keyboard warriors. That's what it is.
Yeah, literally.
So, yeah, no, I'm excited about the state of the game. The current state of the game. I love where it's at. I think they have a lot to build off of. I think that this is setting the standard for what you would expect from a free-to-play game that is going to make their money off of
absolutely. Oh my god, the
microtransactions. Yes. Because dude, they're eating every single one of them. They're so fucking good. I'm not a person that stands for microtransactions. Never have been. Typically never will be. But I am in full support of this fucking team because every single thing is detailed. Like they are.
Character looks so cool.
And they're not like wasting it. I not wasting it, but they're not like focusing on all the stuff. Like my biggest problem with Diablo was the only fucking character that consistently got good skins was the Necromancer. Everything else was like, okay, here's one, and then you get shit on for the next
here's
three.
A cliche elk horn on your druid, and it's
right? Like, okay, cool, man, but every single one of these things are so good.
Pouring out.
Right. Like they're not making it to where any one thing is like getting the love. Like supports look dope, tanks look dope, and we didn't even talk about the battle pass. Holy fuck. 10 pages, every single page you get a great skin.
Yes. Well,
a great
there's
skin.
One that's just a reskin recolor. That's
the Penny Parker. Whatever.
I'm not too mad about it.
I'm sorry.
I feel bad for Penny Parker fans, but
yeah. I guess that's fair. I forgot about that one.
At the end,
but
it's
still,
not horrible. Yeah, right.
Still, I'm taking that every day of the week kind of thing. Like all of those skins are good for $10. You're $1 a skin, and you look over at the fucking. Again, I don't want to compare it, but you look over at the Call of Duties or the Overwatches, people that have those kind of stores, you're paying $30+ for one pack of.
I don't know. I don't know if it's recent, but most likely not currency that you can redip into the game at all.
Nope.
And it's not battle passes that stick around forever.
Nope.
Those two things are huge, and we've always asked for that. Always asked for that, and it's like Fortnite does it, or at least not keeping the battle pass, but they let you have currency, build up currency within the battle pass that you can use in the game.
Yes,
that should be hand in hand. I love that they
was
do that.
Something that happened way back in the day, and I feel like it started off like, oh man, as long as you completed this battle pass, you could get the next one essentially for free. So you just had to buy the first one, and then you play the game, which kept their player count up, kept you grinding, and you got enough. But somewhere down the line, they started taking a little bit away, and it's like, oh, you only earned $5.50. Now you got to put in the other $5 because you need, like
that
it's
shows
so
me that they're not confident that they can continue to sell microtransactions in that game.
Yes.
Fortnite's very confident because they know they'll be putting out stuff that other people will want. So they know that you'll get the battle pass, but you'll also spend money on the microtransaction.
Yes.
This game clearly confident and well-deserved.
Exactly.
Right out the gate. Look at me and you, Miss Invisible. Or
I don't even play her. I don't even play her, but I fucking bought that skin. Bought that skin.
That's
and we're not
alone.
She
is my wallpaper.
We're not alone.
Absolutely.
We got the Goon Squad of Marvel Rivals. We're going, man. Everybody got that skin.
Oh yeah.
But it's even on, like, just the detail alone, even on the parts that aren't like, crazy. Like
yes.
Like the emotes that come with it. Oh my god. You know what's
the MVP screens, the flash at the end where it looks like an actual page in a comic book. Everything that they do has detail to it, and it's so good. And there's like so much more to the game that is outside of the game that, like, again, showing you that tracker thing and being able to track all of the like most picked players in what rank that what players being picked, win rates and all that stuff. That's stuff that the general public did not have access to. Even going into in Overwatch. Even going into the game and looking at your character and seeing that I can throw shards with Luna and see that each one of those shards does 20. It'll tell me it's a 3-shot burst. Each shot does instant heal for 20. You don't get that information in Overwatch. Like, you have to go to a wiki that is a fan-made thing of someone figuring it out, the numbers. Like, they sat in a lobby, had someone shoot them. That's just shit that they're giving to the public. And we talked about it before, just having the respect for your player base and having the respect for their time and their money that they're giving you. And they are above and beyond, man. They are very transparent with their updates. Anytime there's a big patch note, like the developers are talking about like their game plan, what's going on. That's how we know that they plan on releasing 2 characters every single season or every half of a season kind of thing. Like they have a roadmap. Like Adam said, that's a real big thing for people. Like knowing like, oh, on this day we're gonna be releasing a gameplay trailer. That's stuff that people never fucking hear about, but they're just giving the attention and detail to their community, and it's great. And that's gonna continue to grow.
Absolutely.
Grow their community.
And the other thing that's crazy is this is honestly, this is one of the biggest things since Endgame for me as far as a Marvel fan.
Yes.
I was teetering off the Marvel train, honestly, really. I was like, that's not even, don't care about that. Don't care about that. I already wasn't into hero shooters, and I saw this and being Marvel, I was like, they're gonna mess it up somehow. My God, this company paved the shit out of Marvel. And the other thing I saw was some comic book store. I don't know where it was, but they were like, we're actually getting people coming in here since Marvel Rivals coming in and selling out our Marvel comics right now.
Yes, it's revitalizing it, man.
They're like, we've not sold out of Marvel comics in decades, and yeah, it's revitalizing the love for comic books, which is
it's a beautiful
crazy.
thing.
It's always been a problem how it's been depicted. You right there, Derek?
Yeah, I'm getting tired.
All right, I'm sorry, brother.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I'm up.
But I feel like it's always been an issue as far as Marvel stuff has been depicted, and it just hasn't been depicted in the right way. This is clearly one of the best ways it's been predicted outside of the MCU. Because, Endgame and all that, phenomenal. Yeah. But I think this is one of the biggest wins Marvel has had in a long time, and they needed this.
Like you said, I'm not necessarily going back to comic books, but I just watched Iron Man 1 for the first time, and we were talking about it. We were thinking about doing like a stream party, like because
that's a cool idea.
Disney has, like we said, the chronological shit. So we were like, hey, man, let's fucking start from the beginning.
Would you be skipping any of them or just going to watch all of them?
I think they would want to watch all of them.
I think I've mentioned it before. I haven't seen Iron Man 3 or Thor 2. So those are movies I would need to watch.
Yeah. There's a couple of them I haven't seen. So I still want to. And there's some of them that I actually want to see, some that I don't care to. But if they're watching it, I'll watch it with them, kind of thing. But yeah,
what's the last movie you would watch?
Endgame, probably.
Endgame, yeah. Sure.
What happens phase 4, I guess, if we start watching some of the Spider-Man stuff.
Oh, true, right?
Yeah, Spider-Man, the Something of Madness, the Doctor Strange one.
I haven't seen that one yet, the Scarlet Witch movie.
Yeah.
Speaking of, Brandon didn't know that Scarlet Witch was Magneto's daughter.
Oh,
that's crazy.
Yeah, he was like, what is their relation? And I was like, that's his daughter. And he was like, why have they never said that in the MCU? Like, there was never any of that. I was like, well, it was just until recently that
they kind of
Magneto
tease it.
Well, that's what I was telling. I was like, they couldn't really say anything because they never had rights to X-Men. But now with Deadpool being in there, they're opening up Pandora's box. They're going to reset the timeline, blah, blah, blah.
Did he know that she and Quicksilver were related?
Yes.
He would have to, right?
Yeah, because that's what he said. He was like, wait, so in the movie, like they alluded to
it was spoiled.
And whatnot.
It was spoiled in Days of Future Past.
But that's not MCU,
right?
He was talking about Ultron, when that Quicksilver.
Sure, but I mean, if you he's never watched.
I don't know.
Movie then
I don't know.
I guess
possibly. We were talking about Ultron, so.
Yeah, just
I suppose, but I mean, Days of Future Past, those movies were great. First Class and Days of Future Past were dope. And Days of Future Past is when he says, like, "Oh yeah, I heard my dad controls metal."
Yeah, right. But aside from that, we can start wrapping a little bit because there's other things we want to talk about. It's getting kind of late, but
no, we're good. That's my bad.
We can still talk about those other things. We can just wrap up the Marvel segment.
Yes. I was going to say the other stuff is pretty much quick anyways, though.
Honestly, with how big this is and how big Todd and I are in it, you'll definitely be hearing more from us. Speaking of which, on YouTube right now, we do have an hour and 30 minutes of us ranking. Before season 1 happened, we did a ranking tier list of season 0. We had a special guest with us, our friend Brandon. Go check out that video. It was supposed to be a short segment, but it ended up being just a bunch of hot takes. But I love it. It was great. We had a lot of good
Please
commentary.
Let us know in the comments who you agree with. Tell me.
Yeah.
Fry
who's
me.
in the right, who's in the wrong. If you hate what we said, fry us. But yeah, it was Todd and myself and Brandon. But yeah, go for it. Check it out. Like I said, it's about an hour and a half. Definitely like good time. But aside from that, we can move on from that was our last thing for video games. We had a couple brief little things to talk about for TV, so let's kind of jump into that.
Right.
All right.
I'm looking at the list, it is super brief.
Yeah, like
I mean, I guess like because we're not doing a full breakdown of Squid Games, which
right.
We can just
Right.
talk about that real quick. But yeah, the other two, it's just like whatever.
Yeah, literally one just started and whatnot. But Squid Game season 2.
How'd you guys feel about it?
Finally all finished watching it.
I thought it was great. I loved it.
Honestly, I was worried because it was 7 episodes. I was like, they're gonna slack on something. Something's gonna just feel off. I was happy to be right.
Spoilers for season 2.
Yes, good call.
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, when I saw this, I still don't like the 7 episode runtime. I'm not a fan of that.
Me
That's
neither.
fair. That's fair.
I do think
That's
was something
probably
they originally
my only gripe.
all shot all together at once. I think there was a full season 2, and they were just like, well, we could just cut it off and kind of extend it out there to keep the hype going. I 100% believe that's the route they went. But yeah, honestly, I was really worried. I was like, I just feel like it's not going to be as hitting as good. It was. I remember we talked prior to this. Your one concern, you said you didn't feel too attached to these characters. And I was like, fuck, I'm probably not going to feel the same way. Oddly enough, I was really attached to some of the characters.
I was attached to some of the characters. Yeah, for sure.
They killed it. Like
really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I really enjoy. Oh, Adam, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I love the mom and the son. I don't like the son, but the mom.
That was one of the ones where I felt like they were trying to force it on me. I just
really,
it didn't really hit with me.
I felt so bad for her.
That whole interaction with them, or her crying and like just forget about it. Like when he left her, kind of
was brutal.
Not left her, but he got dragged away and he didn't like fight harder to get to her. I was just like, damn, that's kind of fucked. But I don't know.
I really feel like we're going to see one of them die while the other one has to watch it happen in front of them.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
that's gonna be the like quote unquote like Marbles episode of the next season.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Then we had the trans character, killed it. I think that was the character.
Love 120. 120 was crazy.
She put in work immediately.
Yes.
She's so dope.
All gas, no brakes.
Literally.
Haley sent me a clip of someone hailing it in Call of Duty.
Yes. I was telling Adam about that.
It was like 120 if the old lady wouldn't have stopped her.
Right.
Yes.
Oh man, she was so dope.
Well, top obviously, or Thanos. Phenomenal.
Favorite part of season 2.
Yeah, he was super standout.
I loved him, dude.
And
anytime he would rap and then go to English, cracked me up every time.
His English was great. I loved
he was
it.
like, I don't know what the fuck are you talking about. It just cracked me up.
So fucking angry. Yeah, I keep on saying that to Amanda now. I'll just be like, it's become my rhetoric now, and just be like, I'm sorry, boy.
He fucking ran up on dude. He's like, I'm so glad you're alive. Like,
When to the Thanos world.
when they were on the merry-go-round thing and he Sparta kicked that person, I was like, he's the greatest character in this show, dude. It's fantastic.
It's such a shame the stupid controversy he has against him.
Yes.
Dude, the main character had to like fight for him to be on that show. He was like, no, this show needs this character. Like, he is going to bring something to this show that we didn't have, and we need to have him.
Because he denounced a lot of doing any interviews for Korean media, because Big Bang one of the main rappers, Top, that's his name, Thanos.
Bang, bang.
He got into there's what felt like such a big targeted witch hunt against Big Bang in general. It feels like a lot of them got picked off in really bogus ways. It really felt targeted.
Oh,
anyway,
really? It was more than just him?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We'll not go into that, but
we'll
just go to Top. We'll just focus it because like we'll be here forever if I have to go into all the things.
You. I understand.
Let's just zone in on Top.
Yes.
Did him dirty. He was doing his military time because it's mandatory for all Korean people to go do their military service. He was during his military service. That's when they got hit with all this drama, and because he got hit with all this drama of all the drug scandals of him doing drugs and this and that, they kept on postponing his military service, so he kept on getting extended. So he probably felt like he was in some kind of state of I'm trapped here forever. I'm not leaving. He tried to OD himself while he was there. So he actually did have an attempt on his own life.
Damn.
After that attempt, they made him go out in front of the media and apologize to everybody about it. This dude's been getting fucking shafted. And I'm like, dude, what the hell is wrong with you guys? Like, what is this, North Korea? Like, the hell? Like, I know there's different cultures, but the way they're handling is so bogus. The way their standards are so weird for no reason. Like, yeah, I don't know.
I think
That's
that's
just their
hilarious that
rules,
he had a
man.
drug scandal, and that's what his
Literally,
character is
that's
about.
what they were saying. His character was like a
Yeah.
big like reflection on part of it. I guess that's one of the reasons why he wasn't too big on wanting to do it, but like he did it so well. He did such a good job. And yeah, he just recently did an interview talking about it. And of course, they talked about his past. And one of the things I didn't like to hear about him was he still doesn't talk to any of the members of Big Bang. Because he's trying to distance himself because he's tainted their name. And I'm like, dude, no, you didn't. There's no way, dude. They would still easily welcome you with open arms. GD would definitely. His newest song GD released with Big Bang is definitely his lyrics are talking about we'll welcome you home wherever you are. And it's like, he's talking
That's
about
cool.
Top. And it's like,
that's cool.
So it sucks. I don't like the way they handle their stuff, but it is what it is over there. I really wish that he could find happiness and they could learn to accept him and love him for who he is, because he's seems like such a dope and genuine person. But his character was absolutely amazing. Sorry to derail from that. I just wanted that little backstory / rant because my
You're
boy's
good.
getting shafted and I hate it because they're saying that his performance was bad, but they're just being haters. Literally.
Performance was bad. What? He's
Yeah,
great.
literally. They're over there. They're criticizing him, saying it's a bad performance, but they're literally just being haters. He had drug scandal. We hate him no matter what he'll do, even if it's the best thing on earth. They'll be like, oh yeah, his ass.
Yeah.
So
Hey, she's up again. I'm so sorry.
no worries.
I'll be right back.
Aside from, there was like a lot of standouts. Shit really hit the fan. Wasn't expecting it to go as well as go as far as it did, but do as well of a job as it did as well. Like the way everything was portrayed and done, I'm like excited. I'm like learning things. There were things I did call out properly, and I know we talked about that briefly with the captain on the ship. We were just like, something's not right.
Right.
Yeah.
Something my one of my servers pointed out to me, which I have yet to go back and verify, but she said that she's mad at Gyun for not catching on to it because apparently in the first show, the first season, they had all of the games on the wall.
I said the exact same thing, but there's an excuse, and I'll give you my not excuse, but
okay. I guess in the second one they still have all the games on it, and my only question was, is it all of the games, or is it like, okay, we just did a game, now we're putting it on the wall?
No, it was all the games in season 1. At least you could clearly see it. At first, you couldn't really see it because all the bunk beds are kind of covering it. But as people were getting eliminated, the bunk beds went away, and you could clearly see on the wall they had each game that they played. And I was telling that to Amanda, I was like, "Why didn't Gyun do that?" And she's like, "Adam, it's Gyun. He's kind of dumb." And I was like, "Honestly, he is kind of dumb. Like he's been getting by dumb luck. Honestly, a lot of the stuff he's been doing, even in season 1, got by a lot just by dumb luck." And he's not the brightest.
That's fair.
Person. And they kind of make like the whole umbrella thing. He was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna do this," and then there's like, it's like the way he dealt with that, and he's kind of not paying attention. He's got a good heart, but not kind of all.
That's what I told her. I was like, I think he's just too tunnel vision on like what he has going on, to where he literally can't like look over and be like, huh.
Yeah,
no fucking shit.
Literally,
like, hey guys, I know what's going on.
I wouldn't be surprised if they tell him that and he goes,
oh man, that's good. That's good.
Because I was like, that's actually perfectly fitting his character.
Yeah. No, I enjoyed the second season a lot. Like I said, the only issue I had with it was that it was 7 seasons. I knew it was going to be left on a cliffhanger, so that was kind of rough. I felt like I didn't have that crazy attachment that I did to the first. Like, again, maybe it's because I didn't have, and I keep referring to this episode, but maybe it's because I didn't have what felt like the marbles episode in this first season. I never really got that. Like the saddest one was the merry-go-round and that girl being on the outside.
Man,
that one sucked. That one really sucked, but it didn't hit like last season. So that's
the marbles was brutal. Marbles was really brutal.
Yes, because everyone got paired up. Like it was literally they had no idea what was going on. Thought it was gonna be a fun thing, and then it was like everyone that was friends got paired up. So it was just like, holy fuck, you just cut your heart in half, literally. So
I mean, there's parts like the Amanda was found this TikTok edit where it was just the trans character in the beginning where she saves Gyun by grabbing the guy, and it showed the dude from the first what's his name? I forgot what his name was, but he was like the more looking Indian dude. I don't remember what his name was, but he was in the first season. He also saved Gyun in Red Light, Green Light, and it was showing them compared together.
Really?
And I was like, oh yeah, he was there and he was awesome. And I was like, I forgot about him, and then I remembered how he got offed, and it was during marbles and how he got shafted by his friend, and I was like, that was so bogus. They did him so dirty, and the way he was just like, what? I was like, no.
Dude, I'm telling you, like it just didn't feel like it hit like that. But again, I felt like I knew I was gonna have that because it was leading up to what is going to be presumably a really crazy final season.
Do you think it's going to be just 3 more episodes, or do you think it's going to be like another 7 episodes?
See that?
Oh, Derek, you're muted.
It has to be another 7 episodes.
I really hope so, right?
I was going to say, see, I didn't think about, I assumed they shot it in halves, but then when you said they did it like that, and it was like, oh.
Well, they did. There's no knowledge. I'm just assuming.
I know. Like, just like when you put that thought in my brain, I was like, I wonder if they really would just end it out and be like, okay, yeah, here's the last 3 or 4 episodes.
There's no way. There's no way.
But yeah, I just
think about that is because 1, there's no announcement of them still filming or anything, which, you know, it is Korean, so maybe I wouldn't hear of that. But 2, they're like, it's coming out relatively soon. So I'm like, they definitely
they probably shot it all, but I still think
it already has a release date. Like it's coming out in June. So
I would assume 6 to 8 episodes.
Okay.
That's my window.
I think they shot it all in one sitting, like you said, but it's just like the what's that show called? Stranger Things. It's just like Stranger Things to where they just want to keep people paying for their subscription for the next 6 months until that drops. Like,
speaking of which, they have all those spinoffs they just announced.
Well, that's what I think this is. That's what they're hoping for with Squid Game, because Stranger Things is on its final season, so it's going to be done. So they're like, okay, well, it's going to be our new money grab. So let's do a Squid Game USA, Squid Game 1987, Squid Game, the one with I don't know what they called it, but it's the first one with the front man. The front man, thank you. The one that he was the first in, and then Squid Game World, whatever the fuck that means. There's so many more Squid Games, and it's like, okay, they have obviously picked what the next franchise is going to be, and not even just franchise. Well, yeah, franchise, but there's no spin-offs to Stranger Things, right? Like it's its own thing. So Squid Game, I guess. But with Squid Game, they're like upfront. They're like, hey, we're going to do all these different versions. Kind of worrisome because I don't know if they'll hit the same. They might not. But I understand why they're doing it. It's because everybody fucking watched it. As soon as Squid Game came out, it was breaking Netflix records left and right. And it was the first thing since Netflix has opened, since Stranger Things, where they've seen that many people watching one show. So they're going to gravitate towards milking as much as they possibly can from it.
I was happy to hear that it was also bringing in tons of views, because that was another thing I was worried about. You never know with season 2s, you know, like if will it be as successful as the first one? And very good so far.
Yeah, I mean, that's what Nick was saying earlier in one of our other chats. He mentioned Skeleton Crew from Disney and how he doesn't want people not to watch it. He's like, oh, it seems like it was such a waste for something so good to be made and nobody's watching it because they're writing off Star Wars. And it's like, that's how I felt about a couple shows on Netflix, man.
It's what's happening to Andor too.
Yeah, you could try, and there's so much shit out there for everyone to consume. It's really hard to get someone to stop what you're doing, go watch this other show that you had no fucking interest in watching, even though you might have interest in watching something else. That's how I felt with the Get Down. That's how I felt with the Brother's Son. I can't force you guys to watch it. I'm not going to say you need to stop what you're doing, but nobody watches it and it gets canceled. That might be what happens to Skeleton Crew. I don't know if I'm going to watch it.
I
Marvel's
won't watch it.
I don't think I'll watch it either.
Yeah, I won't watch it, but I've been seeing it advertised on Disney Plus every time I go on there because, again, I've been doing the MCU stuff. So every time I go on there, it's on the front page.
Yeah.
I think they have they need to do like a big rebranding. Marvel's kind of doing it, but I think obviously Marvel Rivals, I do not think Marvel expected it to do as good as it's doing. So that's kind of like a big thing. But I do think they have started a rebrand and try to start pushing more like the darker, more intimidating. Like with this new Daredevil, that was huge. This looks amazing. Like the new trailer for that new Daredevil.
Mm-hmm.
I'm stoked.
I'm surprised that it looks this as dark as it did on Netflix, and it's picked up by Disney Plus now.
Absolutely.
Or Disney.
Like I said, it feels like they're kind of like changing tones, or they knew they haven't gotten anything to hook people.
With Disney, though, they have that Disney and Hulu merger. So they have a lot of rated R stuff on Disney Plus.
Right.
Yeah, but this is like
okay to
a Disney project.
It's I guess.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Deadpool 3.
Right. That was their first introduction to it. And now I think that's what Adam's saying. Like they're starting to go that route and cater to that.
Which is smart. They should
they should have done it a while ago. Right.
Absolutely.
A while ago.
Nobody wanted a lot of these other projects they've been doing. They feel like once again, I feel like they've been pushing stuff. They have a plethora of things the fans want. And then they're like, but we'll give you these ones that you guys, the what ifs, it was getting shitted on. And I was listening to some of the reasons why it was. And I was like,
haven't watched any
these what ifs seem like really corny ass scenarios. Nobody wants to know a what if of this. The what ifs we want to see is literally what's happening in Marvel Rivals. That's like stories based off of what's happening in Marvel Rivals are probably the best what ifs we could possibly get. Put that in TV form and you would have had money. But you're doing what ifs of weird shit that nobody's asking for. And now you're introducing all these characters.
Victor is in?
What's up?
Is What If's the show that Victor was in from The Penguin?
No.
Wasn't he in a he was in a Marvel show?
Oh. I'm dialed back. I don't know what that.
I sent that picture. I was like, I didn't know Victor was in this.
I recall
Marvel
you
show.
doing that, but I don't.
And it was
remember.
like a kid. They were like kid Marvel.
Oh, isn't that's not technically what was that though? That was the one
that was What Ifs
part of, right?
Could be. I don't know.
Yeah,
I genuinely thought it was What
don't
Ifs.
know where that lays. I've never seen it, but I know about it. Right.
Okay. All right, well, go on. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No worries. But yeah, I'm just saying Marvel Rivals I think is a perfect example of what everyone wanted. What if? What we wanted from What If.
It's a different universe, and
these characters that we actually like. Oh shit, that'd be cool if this was this happening. Like right now, season 1 is if the vampires took over New York City, and it's like all these Spider-Mans fighting, and it's crazy. This is amazing. Like Blade's in this, the Fantastic Four. It's like, all right, this is a cool scenario.
Yeah.
But dial back. So they are rebranding. I feel like there's this big rebrand that's happening, especially with the darker content we're getting. And I'm happy. I'm very happy they grabbed everybody.
It's the right
from
step
it.
to go.
Absolutely.
They did a decade of family-friendly stuff. Time to do something different, man.
Yep. And we're getting all the characters too.
15 years of it,
Even the Punisher. Oh my goodness. It was beautiful to see him. I was very happy.
Yeah.
Very stoked for it.
I'm excited. That's March, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. That's gonna be good. I'm excited, and that was another one where when it came out, I was like, okay, whatever, Daredevil, who fucking cares? And then I watched it, and I was like, yo,
you watched the Netflix series, right?
Yeah, I watched all of them.
But it's so good. Daredevil
actually, I watched literally all of them. I don't think I like even missed any seasons.
I don't think I finished Iron Fist, but I watched the Defenders.
But to go back to why I brought that up though, was I do think Star Wars needs that type of rebranding or rework. There's just something that just hasn't been hitting right with Star Wars, and I think something like that. But I guess they do have it with Andor. It's just it's not getting pushed right. I barely saw any advertisement for any of Andor, anything from Andor. And I was like, that kind of seems like they're shafting it. Give us Anakin killing the younglings. Let's
I
watch
was gonna
them.
say
I'm
there's
joking.
so much Star
That's
Wars
crazy.
out there
I'm joking,
that's
I'm
crazy
joking, I'm
that they
joking.
struggle to put something out there
Absolutely,
that
it's so
is
weird.
good.
Right. We'll see, but I do think Star Wars needs that kind of like jump start again, something that kind of kick the juices going again.
I
They've
think
lost
we
a
should
lot
just
of trust.
leave it in the past.
Honestly, I wouldn't be mad at that.
Like,
They just
why
said,
can't
"Hey,
we just
we're
leave
gonna
it in the
take a
past like Lord
decade
of
or
the
so
Rings?
break from dude." That's perfection, baby. But I wouldn't be mad if Star Wars was like, "We're gonna take a 10-year break or something." Like, do we need to refigure out everything?
10 years is a long time.
It is 10 years is a long time, but I'm just like, if they took a substantial break, I wouldn't be mad. I'd be like,
Sure.
all right, get your
Sure.
bearings, figure something out, get something
Yeah.
cohesive where
fuck
everybody's
with
working
that.
on the project together. A big
fuck with
factor, as much as I shit on the sequel trilogy, one of the big factors in the end is the fact that you had too many hands in the sandbox. You had too many directors with too many different visions of how they wanted the story to play out, and it just felt weird. You're passing the story off to somebody who was taking it in a different direction each time. Get somebody who's going to be like the Russo brothers, who has a cohesive story that they're going to tell within this thing, within their epic thing. Aside from that, as far as TV goes, really quick, Sakamoto Days, where we started. I guess we all started watching it. I didn't know Todd and Derek watched it, but they watched it together. I'm stoked for it. You guys like the first episode?
Yeah,
It was good. It was good.
Good.
I'm excited for more.
Yeah, I'm excited for it to play out.
Saturdays or Sundays?
I think
Saturday, yeah.
Saturdays.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was watching it along, reading the manga panels. It was cool. It was
Hell
fun.
yeah.
Is the manga done?
No, it's still going. I'm behind. I'm like several volumes behind, but I need to get more of a volumes. But as long as I'm ahead of season 1, I'll be happy.
There you go.
And then, aside from TV, there was one little question I wanted to ask you guys. And this is just in other. I'm just not gonna do the little thing. We'll just get our outro going. But really quick, is there was a Wolfman movie. I don't know if you guys heard of it.
Yes.
No.
And it's got me on I'm mad. Like,
I'm mad.
I'm mad because werewolves. I feel like there's a big misconception of what werewolves should look like, and there's too many people making werewolves look like Teen Wolf, where it's more man than wolf. Versus where I would like, why aren't we getting Wolfmans that look like the Van Helsing werewolf? Give us more wolf than man in a werewolf.
You want the lichens?
Yes, absolutely. Why? I don't want somebody looking like just a hairy fucking vampire or some shit.
Yeah,
give me
That's
fucking
authentic.
No, give me the lichens, dude. That is
yeah,
way
I'm
cooler.
all for the lichens.
The lichens are super dope.
I think everybody, see, like I said, I think it was gonna be a hot take, but I don't think it is. I think everybody would prefer that version of a Wolfman than the Wolfman of just, hey, I put some extra hair on my face. I don't know why that's such a trendy.
Is this a horror movie?
Yeah,
something?
it's a horror. It's a new horror movie coming out, and they for some reason they teased the whole look of the Wolfman. So a lot of people were like, "That was weird." Okay, usually you'd wait for the movie to showcase that, because the first trailer for it they didn't show him at all. It's kind of like just off clips of him and whatnot. But yeah, they showed what he looks like, and I'm like, give me a fucking lichen, man. We want lichens up in here. I think the majority of everybody would agree lichens are way cooler than.
Can they legally?
hairy men.
Well, I was gonna say, can they legally do it? But I don't see why not.
You don't have to call it a lichen. Just call it a Wolfman and just make him look like a Nubis.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Even aside from that, you have people like they don't know what a werewolf is, and they just turn it into like an actual, just a straight up wolf.
Yeah,
Harry Potter did that shit.
That was literally Twilight as well. Twilight, they turned into wolves.
Yes,
dude. Yeah, we want werewolf. we don't want all wolf.
Yeah,
we don't want all man.
Stand them on the two legs. They're having that hard time.
Yes, and don't give them a human face. You give them the wolf face, or majority wolf face at least. I don't know whether I thought we were winning. I thought we were eating with Underworld. I thought like this is it. This is the beautiful future we got to look forward to, as anything touching werewolf. And they're like, nah, we want them hairy men back up in here, boy. Crazy. Get that shit out of here. Nobody wants that
shit out of here.
It's got Ruth.
Yeah, or the
she's
iconic line.
Yeah,
Ruth Langmore.
Well, it's funny because there's that movie, and then on Hulu, there's a movie with Rachel McAdams, I think, and it's called Night Bitch. and she turns into a dog, not a werewolf.
Oh yeah, that's right. I've heard about
What
this.
the fuck?
And it looks really fucking stupid. But yeah, no, there's Wolfman and Night Bitch.
They're
both-
both doing it wrong.
Yeah, I
You want the
guess.
middle ground. You got stop leaning one way or the other. Nobody wanted that. Teen Wolf was only held back because of it. I bet you Teen Wolf would have went so much harder if he looked more like a Lycan, but obviously they couldn't do that back in the day.
Right, exactly, because he would want some of the recognition.
Exactly. All right, but that was my little rant I wanted to bring up to you guys. I figured you guys would be more or less on my side, and I'm pretty sure the majority of everybody who ever existed would be more or less on my side.
Yeah.
Only weirdos can oh yeah, they're gonna like the hairy guy with sharp teeth, and it's like, no, get out of here.
I am that hairy guy with sharp teeth.
Literally. All right, but aside from that, you want to wrap it up, Todd?
Yep.
All right.
I'm just kidding.
Derek's here
All
forever.
right, everybody. Love you guys. Appreciate you all for staying with us. It has been the Lazy Susan episode 31. We will be back here next week. Give
That's
or
right.
take the same time.
Yeah.
We don't
Roughly.
have like a
Holy
hard
God,
start
you're gonna-
time that we've been doing.
Thursday
but
evening or
Yeah.
late night. Thursday night.
We'll see you next Thursday. And if not, we'll see you whenever you decide to watch this.
True.
That's right. Word up.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, see us on all of the platforms, possibly no longer.
Maybe Red Note someday, maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe
I don't know.
Twitch. We're gonna test out some Twitch grounds, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah.
Well, we're definitely going to test it before we just go into it willy-nilly.
Yeah, you're right. I was getting too high on my bridges. I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, it's gonna work just fine. But I'm happy we didn't do it because obviously I think we would have had those problems. Like, oh, I'm glitching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, with that being said, like I said, we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for hanging out. If you hung out this long, you are a real one. And
A
the
realist.
secret note is John.
316.
Spam John in the comments if you got this far.
Yeah, only real ones. Only real ones. 10 years from now, somebody's gonna be like, yo, John. All right.
All right, yeah.
Good night,
I'll talk to
everybody.
you guys later.
I see it.